books was in. The books are in. Yep. They in. They here.
Peace to the fam. This is what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna play old Sabir and Brother Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence versus Sabir Suit and Seti, the old Seti. You know what I mean? So
yeah, this vintage footage right here, y'all. So
classic.
Yeah. I'll be ready for this.
Get right into it.
One thing that you better do, and Seti better do, he better do his research. I don't know what Moorish he went up against, and I'm not here to go into this whole trying to set this and do that. That's for those that's inside the Moorish Science Temple. All right, I ain't a Moor.
I ain't gonna give y'all motherfuckers too much of how I'm gonna bust y'all ass. Cause if you come out in any type of motherfucking debate on me, believe me, I'm not playing no game. I'm a motherfucking mercenary when it comes to this motherfucking history. I'm coming to do damage, goddammit.
This brother Seti has a problem with somebody, I don't know. He has a problem. He's emotional on one hand. If you're dealing with facts, you don't have to get upset. One thing he better do if he come up against me or any conscious Moor, you better come with the T's crossed, I's dotted. You better come correct. Other pleasant day, deal with other actors more.
Nah, on the slavery tip. Let me just go on and put smash down on that bullshit. Because the fact is this, that it's not something that you can just sweep under the rug. It was the global fucking economy. That you're still on the fence lets me know that I can't trust you.
Stop dealing with your emotion. Stop dealing with your emotions, Seti. That's what I was dealing with emotionally. Yes, I said it.
How do you justify saying where the cracker, the slave trade is a story invented by the cracker? When you go down there to Brazil, they're not reading out of no fucking crackers books. When you go to fucking Cuba and they speak about the slave trade, because in Havana was one of the largest slave ports in the world, they're not reading from no crackers books. These are oral traditions that are handed down from parent to child.
You too, Seti. Study it, get your research, get your facts right.
The Moors or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Moriscos. All I know is I identify the motherfucker with the hat. You understand what I'm saying? That's just like when niggas bang today. If a motherfucker, if he red, he red. If he blue, he blue. So when I see,
is it lagging?
Is it? It probably is, bro. Because I'm trying to share the show at the same time. All right, I got it. I got what I'm gonna do.
see that motherfucking fez on that motherfucker head, I automatically identify him with a certain philosophy, a certain culture, a certain political view.
That this brother is dealing with is no facts at all that he's dealing with. He's talking about Moors, we enslaved each other. The Moors helped the Europeans. We've helped the Europeans today. You live in New York.
Maecenacius felt betrayed, and he sided with Rome, and Scipio Africanus against Hannah. God damn, man, y'all motherfuckers got a long resume of being a traitor.
Again, if you listen to what I said, go back and play this tape again. Seti's over here saying this. If you have a group of people over here saying this. Now.
Noble Ali says he's an Egyptian, I doubt. But damn, I asked myself, damn, what was truly about him that was Egyptian? When you deal with the culture, he didn't teach you about the 42 negative confessions of Ma'at. He didn't teach you about Abydos. He didn't. What is Egyptian about? There's nothing. How in the hell you gonna be Egyptian and you talking about Jesus? Ain't no damn Jesus in ancient Egypt.
Seti, this is a call out to you. All right. Listen, brother. You just better come correct. That's all you better do.
I'm ready to defend my people's honor. You know, I'm doing this, man, and I don't know where this shit gonna go. But I'm gonna ride this shit out because I know in my heart this is what my ancestors wanted me to do.
Peace, family. We want to say black power to all the families out there that love being black, that love black power. I am honored here today, Brother Sarnetta at the House of Consciousness, to have two brothers sitting here with us. Brothers. First I'm saying two brothers that's representing the Moorish nation. We got Brother Sabir Bey, and we got Supreme Intelligence, Brooklyn, Moorish Supreme Intelligence? Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence. And of course, we have the Honorable Dr. Seti sitting on the scene.
Peace.
We have not come here to tiptoe through the tulips. We are not here to pussyfoot, to buck dance, or to tap dance. We are here to answer all the questions that you, the viewers outside, been asking. Before I go into it, I want to read what this brother has texted me. His name is King Haru, and he was on my website, on my YouTube site, and he says, I think we have gone with this as far as possible. Everything else would just be redundant and beating a dead horse. It's time to let the people decide for themselves based on the information given from both parties. The people have heard both sides. And now we must do the research and come up with our own conclusion. Our divine spirits and consciousness will give us the answer of what is the truth. Sarnetta, thanks for a great job with this issue, but it's now time to let the people decide and choose what is right. So here we are. We got Brother Seti that's here to stand on the shoulders of the ancestors in defense of what he's been bringing forth, and we got the Brother Sabir to try to dispute.
Oh, don't say try, and don't say I'm standing on the answers.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, he's going brother Seti, Brother Sabir is standing on the shoulders of his Moorish ancestors.
All my ancestors, brother. Don't just say my more. If you're talking about
let me finish introducing the tape, and then you can adjust that.
Don't do that because it ain't going down that way. If you're gonna say he's standing on the shoulders of ancestors, I'm doing the exact same thing. So
I don't know. I don't know.
You should know it.
We're gonna see. Okay. But right now, look forward to it.
All right.
Peace, Hotep, and Black Power. Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence.
Peace.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, my brother.
All right, peace.
And why do you think it's important to be here today?
All right, peace.
Peace.
Shalom. Shalani. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Islam. Paz. All ancient words of peace.
Black Power. That's my greeting.
I have no doubt that's your greeting.
That's
All right, so peace to all melanated people on the planet, all Asiatics. Today, I'm just here with my brother, Sabir, and Seti, because for what I've seen from my personal experience, like I said, I'm not here representing the Moorish Science Temple or none of that. Me as a brother who did a research and watched all of his videos and listened to all his videos, I'm here to help this brother clean up some of the mess that he has encountered or was not properly explained to him. So this is a great meeting between Sabir, me, and brother Sabir and Seti, so that the people can understand where each side is coming from, what's the problem that each people have, and that we could leave with a proper, good, solution and understanding today.
okay. That's peace, brother Sabir.
First of all, first and foremost, I want to give honor and respect to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Today is actually his birthday today. And I just
all right.
Yeah, and I want to put that out. And also, it's the day that my mother transcended a year ago. Same day, today, actually. And like I said, I don't belong to no Moorish Science Temple neither. No particular temple I belong to. I'm like Moorish Brooklyn. We do our own independent research and study. All right, and I want to say, first of all, shake my brother's hand. Sorry, I said it because I spoke with that brother quite a few times, and we had an in-depth conversation and talked about his how important he is as far as in this movement. And we just, like he said, we here to clear up a lot of misconceptions about the Moors and who are the Moors. And it's going to be good. That's all I want to say.
Okay, brother Sabir and Seti.
Hotel family.
Hotel.
I want to give praise to all the ancestors who gave their lives to fight for this struggle that we in today. Is not over. It's still a struggle. The revolution has never, ever stopped. We may have stopped fighting, but the revolution is still going on today. I got brought into the culture, through my elder uncles and whatnot back in Detroit. One of my uncles, Pianki Menkepa Ra, was raised up in the craft of Amun Ra by Dr. Yosef Ben Yakanan in the Nile Valley. So I've been, educated in the Nile from a young. This is not something that I'm new to. And I have now 20 years of research and studies up under my belt. And I've had 3 pilgrimages to the Nile with the master teacher, Asra Kwesi. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say these things that I say, I'm not saying it because I read a couple of books. It's not that. Believe me, what I'm saying is what I know or what I was taught by my elders. So I don't want anybody to think that this is just a casual typo that I might have misread in a book. It's not. So I want the brothers and sisters that see this conversation to take what I'm gonna give them very, very serious.
Okay, that's peace, brother. You got any questions? Okay, let's start this interview then. The first question I have is for you, brother Seti.
Yes, sir.
What have inspired you to come out in defense of the ancestors to speak against the Moors?
Well, again, my brother, like I say, I've been trained to be a soldier. I have not been trained to be anything else but a soldier. And my elders made sure that I knew who my enemy was. And when I went to Kemet, man, when I first went, I didn't really know what I was gonna see. I had only the things what was told me. But when I got there and I seen all of the destruction that happened to our sacred temples and our holy land, and I seen the enemy still upon my land. You understand what I'm saying? I took my oath at the Grand Lodge of Waset. I stood in front of my brothers and sisters, and I stood at that temple where all priests were raised up in the Nile Valley. And I took my oath when I came back here that I would give my life to resurrect my people. And I heard things that came up out of the Moors' mouth, certain Moors, If they want to distinguish themselves, that's all right. But I mean, I don't have time to distinguish. I'm on the battlefield. But I heard certain things that came up out of their mouth that I know for a fact is incorrect. And one of the things that I really have a very serious problem with is the fact that they teach that the slave trade is overcounted, that it did not happen the way we said that it happened, that we're just lying, that when we see these slave forts in Africa, and when we talk to our brothers and sisters on the other side of the ocean that give us the information, and ain't come out of no cracker book. This comes down through the elders' teachings. How many left? All of the madness that went, how many died before they could get them on the ships? How many died on the ocean? The fact that certain Moors, and I don't want to condemn all, but I don't want to get in the habit of trying to apologize neither. Because if these certain Moors felt that what the other Moors was teaching was incorrect, they should get on them. Don't try to correct me when I get on
That's
them.
right.
You should have did it before I did it, but they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Is that we all just lying. We're just recreating this. And if we don't show our babies how they got in this situation, they will never know how to get out. And that's why I'm so adamant about making sure that I clarify my stance, that our slave trade went over 100 million. We're just counting at 100 million. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The brother that just got shot down in Oakland, that's the continuation of this Holocaust. How many brothers dropping dead, murdered in New York? How many brothers are on a yearly basis? How many young brothers dropping dead in Detroit every year on the day? Philly. It's a damn Holocaust, man. So we don't want to, you understand what I'm saying? We don't want to lighten up on our Holocaust like a lot of these brothers is doing. We want to tighten up and make sure that the numbers is correct, that our babies know exactly what happened to them, and that falsehoods about how we got here is not taught as if it's the truth, which it is not.
Okay, brother, that's peace, man.
Go ahead.
I would like for you to respond on that, brother. How do you feel about the slave trade? Do you agree that it was over 100 million? Or do you bring down numbers as well?
It's not about
I said, he look crazy as hell. Look at him, he look spooked.
And that spirit shook him.
bringing down the numbers. The numbers we know was large.
Uh-huh.
It was crazy numbers. As a matter of fact, we can't even know exactly what the numbers is. We could just, we just have to round it off. However, we have a good number because we know they treated us like property, so they had to take a note of everything.
So what is your understanding of the slave trade and how it went down?
My understanding of the slave trade is that we have been taught in the institutional school system only one side, and that's when we was enslaved or in bondage. What I get across to people is that yes, slavery did happen, if you want to call it that. The Moors call it we being prisoners of war. But slavery did happen in a sense, but the whole big picture is that the first slaves were Europeans. That's where the word slavery come from. So if you really research, the first slaves anywhere, and even in North America, was pale slaves. Not only that, the first slaves through the Middle Passage, the Atlantic Triangle, or even on the Atlantic waterways were European. Then we became mixed with them, and then we, at the end, became the commodity for slavery. And what they did was they put our face on the whole entire thing. So me, as an individual Moor, yes, slavery did happen, but we have to probably understand what happened throughout the whole thing, which means it was the whole pale nation. It was the Arabs and even some of our own ancestors that participated in the slave trade for political and financial reasons.
Were they Moors' participation?
Yes, brother, because we who are navigating as Moors, because everybody sitting right here is a Moor. The brother may not subscribe to that title, but everybody that's melanated is a Moor. So yes, our ancestors, aka black people, aka colored people, aka melanated people, aka Asiatics, did participate in the slave trade. We can't deny that.
Okay. Brother Sabir, do you want to respond to that, or?
Well, I'm agree. I have to agree 100% with Moorish Brooklyn, because for me, I've never heard of Moor. Like I keep saying, a lot of these things that people are saying that slavery did not exist. I talked to Seti. It was a couple of weeks ago, Seti. We had this conversation about, your vending piece when you said the Moors came up and said slavery never existed.
Indeed.
And I disagreed, didn't I? Then I said I disagreed with that. The conversation is that slavery never existed. The way they say slavery happened didn't happen exactly the way they said it. Like Moorish Brooklyn just said, all this history of the story is not being told in school, because again, who's teaching our children? This argument can go on and on. So we're going to continue on having our children in their school system, regardless whether we sit here and fight about what color we are or not. But the facts of the matter is that, like Brooklyn said, if you look up the word, rather somebody went to look in a Webster's dictionary, slave was the Europeans. It was the Indo-Europeans and Scandinavians. We were prisoners of war. And this is what Moors are calling it. It's prisoners of war. Wherever you stood, you became that slave, so-called slave. But slavery happened, but not the way they said it happened.
Okay, like be more specific. Not the way they said it happened. Which way you talking about said it happened?
The way we're talking about slavery, the way it happened, and yes, there was, quote unquote, when we say Moors, that was involved in it also. Moors were involved in it also, because like you said, the so-called blacks, African Americans, whatever we want to call ourselves, we were all Moors, regardless. There's documented records how Moors enslaved each other. Anybody who saw Seti's DVDs, how it was our people, you can call them Africans, you can call them blacks, whatever, was involved in it. Don't get it twisted because they had feathers on their heads, because before 1930s, everybody wore feathers in different countries, no matter what country you were in. But the way slavery happened, it wasn't that they took everybody from Africa. Some slaves did come from Africa, from Goree Island, and a lot of us was right here in North America and in South America. So where they took you from South America up to North America, from North America down to South America. This is how the slave trade took place. And we have to understand geography and what countries mean. And this is when laws start coming into play. So when they start saying they crossed the Macy-Dixie line, each state was a country amongst its own. All right? So, a lot of stuff need to be cleared up. Maybe we'll get into that.
You know what? I don't want to get into the wordplay. Slav, if some crackers came over here, so damn what? I'm speaking for my people. And what I'm catching is we get lost in the wordplay. If I say slave, I mean a man that's forced to work. That's what I mean. I don't want to get into historical. I know Slav. I could do that. I know enough to wordplay. Don't want to wordplay. It's enough controlled genocides, such as the one in the Congo with Leopold. Even Mark Twain wrote a book on it, and he documented that they lost 30 million in the Congo between the 40 years that man was dead. 40 million. That's one nation in 40 years. So, that's a control. Now, if you think of all the other nations that's in Africa, and that the cracker is the one that was in Morocco and Egypt, he's the same cracker. How many did they kill? How many did they actually kill, my brother? Sometimes it becomes irrelevant to try to fight an issue because it's so evident.
Like I said, I agree with you, but if you fast forward it up to date and understanding that it's not about playing with words. If you understand, and you and I, if you have any children, you have children right now?
Indeed.
Now, what school system they go to?
We had that. They go to the public school system.
Okay, now, when your child comes home, what do you tell your child to look up any definition in? Now, we're using 21st century or 20th century, whichever way you want to do it. When you or your child, right now, in their school system, when they tell your child to go home and look up something, what do you tell them they're going to tell them to look it up at?
Sabir. Then I just wait a minute. You trying that? You didn't had that before. Didn't I tell you, man? I've been raised in
I agree with you. I'm not.
Now, I don't go tell my babies. I give them define words.
What I'm saying to you is that.
So I don't tell my baby to go to Noah Webster's fictionary. Okay. Noah Webster was a racist. He was a slave trader, just like his daddy before him.
Okay, we understand that, but we still have our children in their school system. The thing is that what I'm sharing with you, you have a mayor in Detroit. You talk about all these brothers in these positions. You have a mayor, you're getting ready to have a so-called black president in a position that is not on none of these brothers' sides. And he's not for reparations. He's not for what else is this going on? About the killing right in his hometown of Chicago. So you tell me what is the difference between what happened then and what's going on now, right now?
I just told you, ain't nothing changed.
Okay, so it's still a Holocaust. So we're on the same page. What I'm saying, though, we're not disagreeing with each other. We're on the same page. I agree with you. So, but they look like who? All of us in this room.
Where did you originate from? Where did your peoples originate?
Where
did the Moors originate from?
My grandmother and my great-grandmother and my great-great-grandmother was born right here.
Keep going back.
We ain't going that far back because I wasn't around.
No, I want you to go back.
No, we ain't going that far back because I just told you I wasn't around.
Why are you scared to deal with Africa, brother?
I'm never scared.
Yes,
hold up, brother, hold up. If I can read some things to you to show you that the Moors are Africans.
How old is the Moorish flag?
The Moorish flag is over 10,000 years old.
But you would go and tell me it's 10,000 years, but when I ask you how far,
hold up, answer the question.
Hold up. I said here on this land. If you're talking about the Moorish history of the Moors and independent that you're talking about Morocco today, that's new. They got the independence in 1950. We're not talking about these pale-faced Europeans that's in Morocco today. We're not talking about them. We're going back into the name which was called, the land was called the Amazigh, and the people was called the Imazigh. If you want to go that far back, we can talk about where civilization started at.
It started where?
North Africa.
It started in North Africa. That's incorrect, man.
Oh, it's incorrect?
That's falsehood, man. That's falsehood beyond.
Prove to me.
Man, I can show you. I'm going to blow up on you, man. I think that right there is an atomic bomb. What you going to bring?
Now,
you understand what I'm saying? I mean, anybody that go to can you show me some more ancient that was built by the Moors greater than the pyramid?
I'm going to read something.
I don't want you to read because
brother, you can read something too. Don't even go there. You're getting ready to read something.
You know what? I don't even need these books no more. Okay. I don't even need it. I'm gonna go straight from the top.
Okay. Let me add on. Go ahead. Let me add on something.
All right, yeah. Time out. Let's get it order. Go ahead, brother.
Let me add on.
Add on.
Now, once again, brother, what we're trying to show you, or what I'm trying to show you, like I said, I don't know about these Moors that they're dealing with.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't separate a light-skinned brother with a dark-skinned brother, or a certain title with another modern title. Like, I'm not here to separate colored or black, or Negro and Moor, or Asiatic and Moor, African and Moor. We're all the same people. However, me as an individual who have done research, the oldest name that we have taken for ourselves was Moor. So dealing with my family's from Jamaica.
But let me ask you a question before you go on.
Or the island of Essamaica, or Essamaica. Mm-hmm. The Caribs, the Siboney, the Arawaks, in their oral and written documentation, they said that they're from North, Central, and South America. And from there, they've always been there. They're not detaching themselves from our cousins, nephews, aunts, uncles, whatever we want to call them in Africa or in Asia or in Australia. And nobody's talking about Antarctica. Mm-hmm. So we go back millions and billions of years. But what happens that the Moors in the Caribbean was called West Indian, which means Western dark people. They was also called Maroons. Mm-hmm. So the thing that the brother Nobuju Ali brought forth was that the Moors are from Northwestern and Southwestern Africa. He means North America, Central and South America, and also Africa. We have to take it back to when the Atlantic Ocean wasn't called the Atlantic Ocean.
There you go.
It was called the Ethiopian Ocean.
Exactly.
So when you read in the Moorish 101 and Moorish 102, right, Ethiopia means to divide.
That's what it means.
Divide what though? It's dividing the continents and the hemisphere. He wasn't talking about a pigmentation.
But you understand, optical meaning face. Ethiopia means burnt face. It does have nothing to do with meaning to divide.
That's right.
Understand that. But listen,
So but if you understand that, don't teach no damn falsehood to me, man.
That's not
Come straight
falsehood.
up. Come straight up.
Hold on,
man.
hold on,
He asked me a
Sabir,
question.
hold
He
on,
asked me a
Sabir.
question. No problem. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about, the brother was not talking about skin. He was not talking about pigmentation.
Yo, Morris Brooklyn, check it out, more.
Right.
Let's keep this shit real.
Okay.
When he said, what does Ethiopia mean?
Okay.
He said Ethiopia means
Something.
to divide.
What did I just
He
say?
didn't say
Hold up,
something.
Seti, hold up, Seti.
brother, let me finish.
I got to interject too.
Brother, you
trying
gonna
to run stuff.
listen, man. So this is what I'm saying.
Right.
In the Moorish lessons 101,
Okay.
he asked the question,
Okay.
what does Ethiopia means?
Okay.
The answer was Ethiopia means something divided. That is incorrect. That's not what it means, brother.
Can I answer your question now?
Now answer the question.
Let me address that once again, because we're going to go back talking about in circle. When the brother put it there, he was not talking about a skin color or pigmentation. The people in Ethiopia didn't call themselves Ethiopia. Ethiopian region, that latitude and longitude of square jurisdiction was called Abyssinia.
And the people called Habasha.
So once again, he was not talking about a people or a description. Didn't he say something means divided? Didn't I just give you the key to that jewel? If the Atlantic Ocean was called Ethiopian Ocean, what is being divided? You could find old ancient maps where northern part of Africa.
Why would you not?
Let me just finish this. You can find old maps where the northern part of that continent was called Africa and the bottom part was called Ethiopia. Isn't there a division there within that continent?
It's division in
You just have to pay attention to what the brother's trying to say.
That's right. Yeah, that's word semantics. Then
We rap, man. What I'm saying
It's
is,
not wordplay.
when you break the word down, I don't care how you define.
What language are you speaking, Seti?
Optical. Ethiopia means burnt face. Now, what you flip it to mean is on you.
Hold on.
Come on now.
So you telling me, hold up, bro, I have friends and I can get on the phone with a person from Eritrea and in Ethiopia, they'll say it's called the Habasha or Abyssinia. So what we're saying is that if he's talking about Ethiopia, brother, we're not playing with word games. You're using a European English language right now to this day. So you tell me, what language are you speaking?
And isn't that
see what the thing is? What I see what we're doing again, we getting into wordplay and we leaving the real issue of why our peoples is in this situation.
That's right.
And if you listen what's going on right now, this is why. Because when we gather, we can spend more time trying to jump through the loops with these words. And when these young babies out here can't eat, they don't give a damn what it means. You understand what I'm saying? So when the young cats look at that, that's why I come hard like I do. And I say the things that I say because too many people out here are word playing, flipping the script. We in hip hop. We change the word every day. Mm-hmm. We know how we do with words. We change these words every day. But breaking it down to the etymological meaning of the word Ethiopia means burnt face. And I leave it there. I leave it there.
My question is, did the Ethiopians call themselves Ethiopians? Why would dark people that's been here before Europeans call themselves burnt face?
Well, they officially, listen, you go ask the Ethiopian, but they officially put the title on their land. Why do they? You go discuss it with them.
I do.
But I'm not want to deal with that. But I'm just dealing with it.
Okay.
The man said that it meant something divided. Okay. I say that it don't. I give you the reason why I don't want to go into that.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to move on. I'm going to get right to the trace now. I'm going to cut right through it, man. Here we go. This question is for you, Brother Sabir. You made a statement on the DVD, because I was going through the DVD last night just to see what I would bring forth to ask you a question. And the statement that you made was, you said, if you are claiming to be a descendant of Africa, you are not a sovereign. You cannot be a sovereign if you are a descendant of Africa.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, now, for anybody who studied the Dred Scott case, and it's not hard to go research it, this is what it states in the Supreme Court case. It said anyone, those Africans that was imported from Africa were not citizens, and you claim no sovereignty. This is when laws start coming into play. When you start studying law, and I would advise everybody to get a law dictionary because this is what they use on us 24/7. Law cover all events. Regardless whether you want to say it's the Europeans, is this, is that, we're using it, we're going to their court system. Sovereignty does not apply to descendants of Africans.
Who said so?
Brother.
No, I'm asking you.
I'm going to explain to you. I'm
Who
going
said
into
so?
it, brother.
Are you saying the white man is the only one that can give you sovereignty? Because we had sovereignty before the white man brought his ass into Africa.
That is very true, brother.
Okay.
But don't cut me when I'm trying to explain. All right? I said that's why I can't even tell you unless you have or sit there with a law dictionary. Law cover all events, rather you saying it's coming from this European or not. So start researching what sovereignty is. This is what it says in the Supreme Court case that the descendants of African that was imported into this country and sold as slaves could not be citizens in the Constitution. So you have to study the Dred Scott case and understand and study what sovereign people mean. Law does not apply to them. They don't have a nation nor a national flag.
Whose law are you talking about?
Where are you at right now?
No, I'm asking you. You are basing your life around this white man, this cracker law, brother.
Where are you?
What about our law?
I said it's on and off the tape. If you don't abide by it, since you don't want to acknowledge it, brother, you go outside with no tags on your car, no registration.
See, word semantics
again. It ain't about this, brother.
Yes.
Hold up, Sonetta. If you're talking about this, brother, if you're talking about dealing with a person's their laws, then you deal with them. Say the hell with it. It's your laws. I don't have to abide by your laws. All right, so don't go there with me on that, brother.
But what I'm saying is, let's not take it nowhere else. What I'm saying is this.
You brought that up, and I'm going to bring it to you.
What I'm saying is this. You said if you call yourself a descendant of Africa,
brother, I'm sharing with you.
You can't be a sovereign. And I want to know
with you where does sovereignty come from?
It comes. You are born with your sovereignty.
Okay, your birthright.
No, you are born
Do you know
with
anything about law?
Brother, listen.
Do you know anything about law, Seti?
You're playing word semantics. Let's stay on the issue.
Semantics. And honestly, that's why I purposely didn't bring a law dictionary, because I don't want y'all to keep saying, well, this is the white man's, this is the white man's that, but yet you abide by it when you walk into DMV or any of these other places. All right, so I didn't want to bring that. So what I want the listening audience to do is look up sovereignty and look up sovereign people.
I want you to read it.
That's all that is. Sovereignty is a supreme law-making authority. Okay, I agree with this, brother.
I want you to read that. I just want you to read it.
I know what it said. No, I'm not going to read it because I know
Pass it to the brother Brooklyn Moore. I want the people to see it on this.
Well, you can get somebody else to read it because I know what it says.
Okay.
And tell me where you got that from.
Brother Moorish Brooklyn. Can you read that out loud?
Where did you get it from?
Brother, I got it from your dictionary.
Okay.
You always say go to Western, so I'm showing you. I'm putting your man on
that's
that.
All right.
I'm telling you what Webster saying sovereignty is.
You can't put him on.
So
right?
what does sovereignty is, brother? Can you read that for me?
Sovereign is the supreme law-making authority, supremacy of authority or rule as exercised by a sovereign or sovereign state, royal rank, authority or power, complete independence and self-government, a territory exercising as independent state. However, before you ask, we need to properly understand what's a sovereign.
Thank you.
What they mean by supremacy. What is a royal rank? What is authority? What is power? What it means for independence.
Brother, I'm quite sure we all know what that is.
No,
what that means, brother.
Before you go. The thing is that when you read a word in a dictionary, and I'm going to also clear up language. When you read a word in a dictionary, it doesn't mean the same thing in law.
It doesn't.
You may call yourself a person, but in law, you have to call yourself a natural person, because a person is Walmart,
corporation,
Kmart, corporation, City. Listen. Let me clear it up.
Oh my gosh, man, come on,
you're ready, but let me clear it up. It's a Walmart, Citibank, Pathmark. Why? Because they're all in capital letters. When you get a statement from your credit card company or from a jury, look on your driver's license. Isn't it all capital letters? So we need to understand a word in a dictionary doesn't mean the same thing as in law. And we're going to end with this. We are giving the so-called white man too much damn credit.
We giving them too much.
Why are we giving credit for words? If we talk about we gods and goddesses, and we had everything while they was in caves, who taught them how to speak? English is not their language. That is our variation of Latin, Spanish, Arabic, Aramaic, Sanskrit, Indo-European. All that is us.
To answer your question, brother, hopefully I won't get cut off. We are not giving them the credit. It is you who are giving this white man all the credit. You keep saying, go, let me finish, brother, before I get cut off. Sovereignty now. Because you claim to be a descendant of Africa, you can't get your sovereignty? Who determines your right to get sovereignty? The so-called white man? They came into Africa kicked our ass and took our sovereignty with the help of the Moors.
So let me
help of our own people.
With the help of the Moors.
Oh, same people, brother. Can I read something before?
And to add on to that, yeah, you're gonna read it. To add on to that, the reason I don't call myself a Moor is because the white man gave you that term. He hit you in the head with Moor.
Before you read that,
we didn't call ourselves Moor. We didn't call ourselves Moroccans. So why do you still in the Moorish lessons? It still say the Moroccans.
You don't know what the Morocco
brother, we are not Morocco.
To address that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you were born free and sovereign, but it got taken away from
And who took it?
What happened?
Who took it away?
Our ignorance of our own people.
And how can we get it back?
By you proclaiming.
No, by force.
Let me
do it then. By force.
Do it then. When you going to do it?
Let me
step outside right now and do it?
Let me finish the answer that.
Step outside, let's do it right now.
Go back. Let me finish the answer that.
Go ahead.
What makes up a nationality and sovereignty? There's something in law called jus soli and jus sanguinis. That means the right of blood and the right of soil. However, you need to know what is the ancient name for that soil. Like New York is not New York, it's New Amsterdam. That continent called Africa is not Africa, it's Akibalon or South Asia.
Or Africa.
But that's modern.
No,
the word Africa.
That's written on the tombs of the Temple of Luxor. Africa.
Africa.
You spelled it with a K.
I got a spelling right here.
But that's talking about the body of man, the light of man, and the darkness of where man come from. That's a description. But what did we call it? Are they talking about?
Well, we had many names, brother. It was many names. It wasn't just one name.
However, in law, you have to be specific. So calling yourself an African descent, that's not Pacific or Asian.
Can I read this?
Let me go on over to Brother Seti, and then I'll come on over to you.
Into what you just was talking about.
All right, you're going to get back to it, brother.
Again, man, what I see again is we word playing. That's what it seemed to be to me. Let me be upfront. I don't give a damn about the white man at all. His law, his physical being. When I went to Kemet and I seen the cracker carving on my tombs and my temples, got my ancestors out physically on display. You understand what I'm saying? I have no respect for a man like his law. If we use the white man law to try to get out of what we in, we'll never get out of it. We'll never get out. Ain't no way possible, man. There's no way possible. The white man been in power for not 3,000 years. Since the fall of Kemet, he's been in control of this planet Earth. And he's been doing it because he has a system. He has a system that's in place. And you mean to tell me we gonna come up out of this system following the man's rules and regulations that he set out here for us? I can't believe that's what y'all telling me, man.
Brother, can I ask you a question?
Ask me any question you want to ask.
How did you get here?
I got here through my mother,
No, how did you get here this now to New York?
I got here through my woman, my queen.
So now you're lying on the camera saying that you got here.
No, don't call me a liar.
But I asked you.
You don't got to. I mean, you asking me how I got here, man. Listen here, man. I'm at war.
To New York.
See
that's irrelevant, though.
But I'm asking you.
You know how we got here. We got in the car and we drove up here.
Plane, right? The reason why I'm bringing it back because he caught a plane here. If you're not respecting this man, whatever, this is what I'm saying. Don't say one thing and you're not respecting him. But if this man says, "Show me your ID to get on this plane," you're going to show this man's identification to get on the damn plane. So if you don't respect the man, if I don't respect, because I'm sitting here, I respect you. But I don't have to sit with somebody I don't respect. So the wording again is if you don't respect somebody, you don't associate with that person. You find another means to do it. This is what I'm saying about respect-wise. So if you don't respect him, you don't respect anything that he brings in front of you.
Indeed, understand that. You understand? Until we do what we want to do
it then. That's all.
But I'm not going to promote the man's system. I'm not going to promote the man's system.
Respect it then.
Look, let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this.
Turn that light on right there.
Let me go on and let me show you.
Hold on, before you do this, can I read this? Because
go ahead, read what you're going to read.
I want to read this. J.A. Rogers, what he spoke about. What J.A. Rogers spoke about. He said, in the ancient name for the so-called black people was Nashu or Nubian, Ethiopians and Moors from ancient Egypt, Negroes or Negretta from West Africa. All the above native African words, Negro is probably the oldest, as the Negrettos are the oldest known branch of the human race. Negro come from the river Niger. Niger found his way into the Latin since the people from that region were dark-skinned Niger or Nigra, and it comes back to being black. They're saying black now. This is the terms that they're going through. Negro, Negretta, Negrita means the people of the Great River. Black in color and white alike are European words.
Okay, that's J.A. Rogers. Okay, that's J.A. Rogers. J.A. Rogers ain't. Listen, I respect some of the things that J.A. Rogers, but when we talking about the Nile Valley, let me wait a minute.
Go there too.
Okay, we sure can. We gonna go there. You understand? Because we speak as if we know, and I know when you don't know because you have not been initiated in the craft. I know it for a fact, and you saying
I know the law.
and you speaking. I don't need to know the law. I ain't been in jail, but I know enough to stay out of the B system. I know enough to stay out the B system, and as long as I'm smart enough to stay out the B system, I don't need to know his law. I know how to stay out the B system. Listen here. No, wait a minute. I got to go and drop it while it's hot. I want you to take a look. These are some of the enemies of Africa. You understand what I'm saying? What you're looking at right here, these are some of the Indians. And these are some of the brothers that went down, the so-called Indian, the Pakistani, that went down to South Africa with the British, who still in South. This is Howard Carter. This is going to go through. I'm gonna just let it go. You see that? That's some of them medieval Europeans. Like Columbus with the fairs on his head. These is the Eastern Stars with the fairs on their head, stealing up out of Kemet.
He ain't saying that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. You ain't wait. You gonna get your chance. I'm gonna show you this phase. Wait a minute. Let it go through, because I didn't put it in order like I needed to. This Muhammad Ali, the most wicked Arab Turk that ever lived on the planet, responsible for killing 50, 60 million Africans when he took Egypt. Look at the red fairs on his head. I want you to look very clearly. When I go back to Egypt and I go back to Africa, and I know that's my enemy, and you got his hat on his head, you think I'm gonna stop? You think I'm gonna stop to ask you, is you down with me? And I done already identified this man's uniform. You think I'm gonna stop, man? When this go down, and we in Africa, I'm going to advise you out of love. Take that hat off, boy, because I'm telling you, it's a mark of the beast. This is the crackers over there right now, the Arab, all throughout Africa. Even the Russians wear that fez. It come up out of that Turkish realm. Here go that Greco-Christian background over there, Roman, Russian. They all wearing that hat. So tell me, my man, how do I separate you from him in a war? And you ain't got no time to drop no law on me or explain nothing to me.
We're going to go into all that.
How you going? Listen, on the battlefield, I'm going to be real. And out of love, I'm going to tell you this. On the battlefield, when I gave my oath in Africa, man, I got to lay you down. I'm not going to ask you.
Well,
you got this man's hat. This is Gordon. You got you got this man's hat on. You got this man. I'm lost. Who made this up? Who made this? Did I make this up?
Okay,
since I'm lost?
Let's explain it.
See the white man right there? See all the niggas back there with the fez is on? Look at him.
Let us explain it.
Look at him. Explain. Go ahead and explain. I would like
to. Pause, Sutak. Pause.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me pause right there.
Hey, I can't stop laughing, bro.
Take that hat off your head, boy.
He's talking about, let us explain that. Let us explain that. Nigga ain't no explaining that.
Wait. I told you said he was getting his memes ready. I said, look at his memes ready.
Woo! All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get back to it, man? Let's get back to it, man. Because they about to go ahead.
Let me pause there. Let me go back to that. I'm gonna have to go back to that one because that one.
Go back. All right.
That one going. That. Let me pause that.
All right.
Let me pause. When you get a chance, you get back on that one side now.
Okay.
Now let me address that now. All right. The Fez or El Faz, Tarbush.
Ooh, that shit is deep right there, though.
This is an ancient headdress, right? The thing is that we wore many different headdresses. In English in modern time, we're calling it a fez. Any person that has a fez is either a Moor, a student of Moorish science, or a descendant of Moors. Just because you see this fez on a certain European head, what that shows you right there is that they have stolen your science, again, your custom, your heritage, and they're wearing this crown.
That's a good slight of conversation.
Hold on, let me
or
finish.
it's just his headdress and you
finish.
took it.
Let me finish. What? Let me finish now. Once again,
I gotta explain this.
Once again, the Europeans, based on your school of thought, in the nation of gods and earth, I like to use that one. The Europeans only been on this planet for over 6,000 years. This crown is older than 6,000 years, brother.
Can you show me where it's been worn? Just like
okay, no problem.
Listen, if I can get on here and show you, wait a minute, if I can show you all these photos of the cracker wearing.
Right.
Just come on in here and show me the ancient, just like when I went to Kemet. I got a lot of stuff from Kemet, and they do not wear that headdress.
Go to type up and go Google anybody in the audience to Google Easter Island. On Easter Island,
I say Kemet, man.
Brother, listen.
I'm going to the heart of this matter.
I got one question for you. What were we doing and where were we before Egypt?
We was in Nubia.
Okay, now that's in one Pacific longitude and latitude. Where else were we?
We moved from up out of the Nile Valley.
Okay.
We went into what you would call today Arabia.
Okay.
You understand? Up into the area of what you want to call Palestine.
Okay.
Because even at the time of Herodotus, who was a Greek, the father of Greek historian, he says that when he went into the area of Palestine, he says there is no doubt that the Colossians, which went all the way up into the Black Sea, was an Egyptian race. And he said that at that time, at 450 BC, there was no nation on this planet that could compare to Egypt. Now, I hear some Moors that say that over here is the origin. Now, if this the origin over here, and then somebody gonna tell me that a civilization existed in these lands comparable to Egypt, I don't want to talk. I don't want no conversation. Just point me something as great over here as the pyramids of Giza.
Okay. Now let me
All right,
say
let's go on over, brother Sabir.
Okay, now 2 things I want to try to clear up. You're familiar with Ivan Van Sertima? You respect Ivan, right?
I respect him. I don't agree with everything he's saying, but I respect
you
him.
only agree with certain people that agree with you. On the same
I don't agree with no man.
Brother, hold up.
That's not what he said, brother.
What I'm saying was
just like I respect him. I don't agree to everything everybody says.
He respect Dr. Ben. He would take it, 100% of Dr. Ben?
I believe in Dr. Ben, but not everything, because he had to go back to recorrect himself.
Now, Ivan Van Sertima book that came before Columbus said the pyramids in Mexico was over 10,000, older than the pyramids in Egypt. Ivan Van Sertima. You have pyramids right now that's in Mexico right now, standing, also in South America, all up and down South America and China also. The pyramids that was already in South America is mostly older than the pyramids in Egypt.
That's
well, I mean, brother. All I'm asking
let me. All right.
Hold up.
Okay, go ahead, man. That's nonsense.
Okay, that's your nonsense. You do the research on it. We here to build, right? We here to build. That's it. So
are they still standing?
Yes, they still standing.
What they look like? Is they rubble?
All pyramids was not in the.
They rubble, right? Grass.
Okay.
Mounds, mud mounds. I'm not talking about mud. I'm talking about stone.
Let me just one thing.
I'm not talking about mud.
Let me just one thing, though. Right next door in Egypt, brother. If you follow the Nile.
I've been there 3 times, though. I can visualize it very well.
For the audience. It's for the audience.
Okay.
For the audience, bro.
If you follow the Nile, it will break up into what? The White Nile and the Blue Nile.
The Blue Nile, indeed.
One arm will go into Ethiopia and one arm will go into Sudan, right?
It goes past you, Sudan.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
But it runs down.
Yeah, okay.
Right now in Sudan, there's more pyramids in Sudan than there is in Egypt. Also in the Sudan, there's pyramids right now standing that's older than the pyramids in Egypt.
I'm not debating that.
But you're saying Egypt only.
The reason why I'm saying Egypt, because right now I'm trying to deal with, like, if the people listening see Egypt, the thing that separates Egypt from any other nation is because of the physical evidence.
That's right.
What about the pyramids that's underneath the water near Japan?
I don't. There you go again, man. You going up under the water? You want to go in outer space? Listen, how can people? Wait a minute. How can people
focus on one area, brother? You keep trying to focus just on Egypt.
What about
just Africa, brother?
Japan?
We can't just be one-sided. Just say, tell these people.
You know what? That's chaos, man. You see. The thing is, you know what? If you create chaos, meaning you just spread it all, you just go here, go there.
Why don't you go
then you can fit right up in the mix.
See, my thing.
You can fit, but if I go 1, 2, 3, I'm in chronological order. I didn't say don't go there, but let's go in chronological order. What I'm saying is, when I say Kemet, I'm only saying it because of the physical evidence. Anybody that's listening can go on the internet. They can go straight to Giza. They can go straight to Saqqara. They can go straight to Abu Simbel. They can go straight there. But what you talking about, the pyramids, I've been to Mexico too. So I did the comparative study. So don't work it with me. Man, that stuff down there is so inferior. It is so because first and foremost, they never built with stone. You understand? When you get to the pyramid of Giza, you got one stone, baby. That weigh 15 tons.
Brother, there's no pyramids in Central South America, even North America, that's not built with stone.
They got adobe. They got stucco.
Oh my God.
You know, you got stucco. You got mud up under it.
Brother, what about the pyramid of the sun and moon? That's not made out of stone.
But look how it's laid out. The Africans laid that out. It's laid out like Giza. You don't want to deal with the astrological layout. The Africans, that was built off of Giza.
See, you're separating something and saying the Africans and Moors. The Moors are African. If I just read to you that the Moors are Africans.
Man, the Moors came in under Islam, man. Don't come in.
Islam.
Man, the Moors came under. Give me some text.
Oh, bro.
You got any manuscript?
If I bring you
don't
text,
bring me.
I can't bring you no text because you want to say it's Europeans then. What text
you got ancient? Okay, then, like I say, like what that right? Give me.
Don't bring European text. Bring.
Brother, this is J.A. Rogers.
I don't want to use J.A. We're going to leave.
I'm saying, what text do you want me to bring?
But you can use them text. What I'm saying is this. You see this? This is the papyrus by Ani.
Who drew that up?
No, don't worry about Ani.
Who drew it up?
The Ani. Papyrus of Ani.
Where did you get it from?
Turn that around. Let me see that.
Go ahead. He's going to filibuster.
No, I want that brother to break that down because he know law.
I said,
I would like for you, brother,
the sacred priest of the Nile Valley drew it up.
Who drew this up?
And you know why?
It looks like it came out of somebody else's book, though.
Well, yeah, but the original is still here.
It's still on the wall.
Still here.
But what I'm saying to you,
but do you know what that is, brother? Turn it around.
Oh well, you can. People can listen.
That's all I'm saying.
See, the thing is, you know why, brother? Being that I was initiated in the crowd, I know the Nubians, and I know the brothers and sisters in the Nile that got ones that the cracker don't have. That's why I can laugh. Mm-hmm. See, they filibustering.
But brother Sabir, can you tell me what that is right there?
Can you show me? Do you have a Moorish manuscript? This manuscript is 1675 BCE. I don't want J.A. Rogers. I don't want Black Men's Law. I want you to show me a text.
Let me ask you a question.
Sabir,
how does this affect
I don't want you to jump around.
No, see, there you go.
How does this affect
that ain't the question that I'm asking. Can you show me a Moorish manuscript as ancient? You got to go get it, huh?
Brother,
the dog ate your homework, huh?
I'm not saying that.
Dog ate your homework. Yeah, I know. The dog ate his homework.
Here it is.
Here it is.
I'm putting that out there.
Take it, my brother.
Sinetta said the dog ate the tape, so I'm gonna put that out there too. I don't play those games.
All right, let me address this.
That's Sinetta.
Let the brother address.
Let the brother Moorish intelligence do it.
Let me address before and then come back. All right, we could see. Okay, first of all, we have to understand that we've been on this planet for so long, right? There's been like climatic events. There's been catastrophic events. There's been continental shifts, right? We have to understand that our ancient empires, some fell underneath the water, and some is still right here on land. Some of the people migrated, and some people stayed where they were. So Egypt, we're not taking anything away from Egypt. That's one of our greatest satellite and peak and climax.
So how come you never talk about it
We
then?
do talk about it. I just read
we
you
talk
what
about
he
it.
just
By
said.
not talking about ancient Kemet, it's taken away from
We
it.
talked about it, brother.
Have you read the Circle
No,
Seven?
I never heard
Bro,
you,
I just
brother.
read to you.
Have you read the Circle
Come
Seven?
on,
Whenever you do a
Have you
lecture,
read, hold up. Have you read the Circle? Yeah,
how
this
come
is
when I
the Circle
talk, you
Seven.
talk, brother? Just let me get my point. I'm gonna let you answer it.
Right.
How I never heard no Moorish brother get up there and give a lecture on ancient Kemet.
All right.
Never heard it.
Okay.
You might have said a word about it, but you continue on in the lecture. You might say ancient Kemet one time out your mouth. That's not giving a lecture on it. That's not teaching on it.
But what's the point
So-
of talking about it 24/7?
Because that's the root. That's the
So if
origin.
you're not willing to go fight for it or go take it back, why we have to continue on? We got problems right here today. Right here in the United States. Why keep
Because the
focusing on that?
same man that wearing that fez that's right over there in Egypt is sucking my people's mineral wealth and funding his
talking about
people
these guys?
overseas. I don't know, that's a cracker. But I'm
That's
talking about the
cracker too.
Arab. I'm talking about the
They
Arab
crackers
too.
too.
That's the Shriner. The Arab Turk was wearing it before the Shriner.
All these, so you telling me all these guys are? You call
Man,
them
listen,
crackers,
I don't
right?
want they all peckerwoods one way or another, but the
You
Arab,
wanna talk about
the
that?
Arab
You scared to
that
talk about
wearing
the
that
ones that's
hat is in Africa, sucking
scared?
all of the mineral wealth. And what I'm saying is, family, that the mineral wealth that's coming out of Africa, why we in this poverty, that the mineral wealth in Africa should be funding us wherever we are on this planet. If we want business, if we don't want to live in Africa, that's okay. Long as we recognize that that's our holy land, that's our motherland, and we will go to the aid of Africa when needed, that's okay if you move out into the other parts of the world. But the mineral wealth of Africa belongs to us, and Africa should be funding African people. And the man that's wearing that fez in Africa right now is sucking the mineral wealth out of Africa, sending it to Arabia, India,
So what
Europe.
do you
Indeed, it is true. Indeed, it is
what do you do?
true.
I can tell you what you do. This is what I would do. If I'm claiming to be a Moor, and this is my natural headdress.
African also.
Hold up, brother. And this is my natural headdress. Those invading bastards, I will go over there and make them take that
What
damn
about
hat
here?
off their
What
head.
about you keep talking about there? What
Because
about here?
they are propagating a fraud.
We cannot fix that problem here. We trying to fight.
They want to keep us trapped in America, man.
All right, so here's
They want to keep us trapped in
brother,
America.
I can get you a plane ticket there if you want to go.
Man, I've been going back and
But I
forth,
ain't
man.
pay
I got the ability to do that. I don't even want to go there. Let's keep it real.
All right, now
Let's
before
keep
you
it
go,
real.
bro, because I'm gonna head on to that question there.
This book
You got
also
that.
talk about how the Moors kept up with Mother Egypt.
All right. Excuse me, brother.
I'm gonna crack that. That's my bomb.
All right. No.
I put my last
All right, there.
All right, wait. Just to answer his last question.
No, brother. I'm gonna ask you the question that's
before
gonna
that,
lead into
It's
that.
going to be less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now, this is in Egypt. However, you can find the same schematic. It's not going to be the same exact thing, but you can find it in North America, Central America, South America, even in Australia, brother.
Yeah.
However, this is how we did it in Egypt, though. If you go to Mayans or the Olmecs, you're going to see different variations of the same
And I hear what you're saying,
thing.
but what you're not doing is you're not being in chronological order, and that's what George G.M. Jackson, he said, yes, there were other lodges where the Africans went out in the other parts of the earth and established their teachings on all continents. But the mother lodge was in Kemet.
Okay, let's go.
And that they had to come to Kemet to get initiated as a priest.
Chronological order.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, chronological order.
Right.
Mu, Atlantis, Lemuria, ancient Nubia. Then when you follow the Nile, then all the knowledge came to a peak. Follow the Nile, that's how the pyramids and the knowledge went to.
Okay, now, Brother Moorish, Book of Intelligence. Here's the question for you, brother. The Moors talk so much about law.
Okay.
Why is it that you never talk about the origin of law in government? For example, Nubia, Seti, and Ta-Nehisi is the oldest document government on the planet. And the 142 so-called negative confessions, because it wasn't the negative, negative confessions of that black, beautiful goddess named Ma'at is the oldest system of law and government on the planet. Do you agree with that?
Okay,
I want you to hold this up right quick, brother.
Okay.
Just hold that up.
For the people.
Do you agree that the oldest law in government came out of ancient. Brother, let me finish. Brother, I want you to hold it up so I can zoom in on it. See, you put down, brother.
That's my queen. I'll hold it.
All right, let me
hold it.
Brother Seti, turn it around.
Let me know.
That's my queen.
All right, I want you to build on that sister right there, Sister Ma'at.
Can I?
Because you study law, so you should be able to know the origin of law. And isn't it important to teach our children and our babies where law come from? When we were sovereign, when the white man ain't had to give us sovereignty, when we ain't had to drop our titles to become a sovereign, or beg or sign treaties, was we already sovereign, brother? Answer that question.
I'm going to be right after you, brother.
Are you ready now?
Yes, sir.
Can I answer this, please, with no interruption?
And I want you to hold that up and break that down. What you got?
All right, I can break it
in your
down.
hand.
I'm a universal more. All right, now, once again, we have a residue that we can go to and find it. We've been here for a very long time. However, the beauty of Egypt is that we can go there to see these things. However, these examples of law and deity and personifications of laws is all over the planet. Now, before I break this down or even break this picture down, take the letter A, for example, right? The letter A is the shape of a pyramid. Now, there's a reason why there's America, Africa, Asia, Antarctica, Australia. All these continents start with the letter A for a reason, to show you that we, the pyramid builders, the ones of light, Moor, M-U-U-R, were global and was everywhere. So one of the places you can find this is in the East, in one of our great continents called Africa. Now, to break down law and Ma'at. Ma'at, first of all, is dealing with the feminine. She holds the scale. The scale is balanced. If you come over here in the Western world or in Europe, the scale is unbalanced, because we know that these pale students that we for some reason taught, they have, this is a secret to make the scale be unbalanced, because one, they're trying to unbalance the woman and then you unbalance the nation. Now Ma'at holds the scale now, because once again,
you can see the scale right there on the picture too.
Right, this represents the balance. So here you have the feather and you have the heart or the ab. This right here doesn't really mean the essential heart or your organ in your body. It's talking about your core, your soul, or your mind. That's what's really being weighed. Now here you have what? The jury. And here you have the progression that you have to go through on the square or on the courtroom. Now, our law, Moorish law, we say everybody's Moors, but some people don't know that. So Africans, original people, melanated people, our laws come from the nature. That's where Medu Neter, Mother Nature, Ma'at Neter. But our laws come from the cosmos, the universe, and the nature. So what we did was, now we made these laws that govern everything, and we now replicate that in society and government, which is ancient. It's not modern, it's ancient. If you open up a black law dictionary, it will say law and jurisprudence that is ancient and modern. The Romans are not ancient.
You keep referring to people to the black law dictionaries.
Let me see. Okay, go ahead.
Wasn't it a white man by the name of Black who wrote the black law dictionary?
I'm not disputing that.
His name is what?
We're not disputing that, brother.
But it's a white man.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me clear.
And if it's a white man, it's his law.
What did I say?
You're following his law.
What did I say before that?
Listening to
what did I say before that, Seti?
But you're following his law.
That's Sarnetta.
I mean, sorry.
You've been calling him Seti so long.
I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, y'all. Sarnetta, what are we saying? Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These pale Europeans, okay, these Europeans, these Albanons, these troglodyte niggas, these cave dwellers, these amalgamated people, these experiments that we have done, they have stolen everything from us, and they are impersonating us. Just because they are using it and doing it doesn't mean that it didn't come from us. They couldn't write, speak. They was calling all fours in the caves of Europe. Our ancestors, for some strange reason, resurrected them, taught them masonry, and they now use all our tools against us and now oppress us, and now we're here arguing about color and fragments of history. We need to understand the big picture. to address you think about we not addressing Egypt. If you read the Circle of Quran, Noble Ali talk about
It's a plagiarized version of Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ.
Let me answer
Go
that
in,
now.
Go into it.
Levi, whose whole name is Levi H. Dowling.
Right.
This is a dude who came up with a Christian upbringing. His alleged story is that he studied and traveled all over the world, and for 35 to 40 years, he was able to do certain meditation and spiritual practices. Mm-hmm. He allegedly said that he got his information from the Akashic records.
Okay.
Can't you go to the Akashic records?
The man clearly in the book said that he transcribed it from the record, which means that gives me, you, him, the ability to go back and do the research. Right. But when you go into the Circle 7 Quran, there is nowhere in there where he gives you the ability to go back and do research on what he put in there. Let me ask you one more question.
His question.
Okay.
What was his question about you asked him a question, didn't you?
Right. Can't you go to the Akashic records and get information?
I can.
Which means that before Noble Ali, before the Circle 7 Quran, before the Bible, the Torah, before Levi H. Hawling, this information was already here already.
And he wrote it in there. Okay. So he didn't say it belonged to him because he clearly says transcribe. He gave reference. Now, but when you don't give reference, that's plagiarism.
How is it plagiarism versus our information?
Oh man, y'all, man, yeah. I can. You know what? I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. That information, man. Listen, and then when you go in the book, the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ. Okay. Now I don't know if it's more chapters or not, but it's clearly that Noble Drew Ali took what chapters he wanted out of the book. Who gave him permission to separate the text? It is not his book to take. That's just like this book right here. He got chapter 1 through however many chapters. I can't take 2 pages out of this book, make my book, and then not tell you that there's a whole nother 5-6 chapters to this book that it's been taken up out of. That's you. Not only did you plagiarize, you handicapped the book. You handicapped the book.
Hold on, let me tell you something. 1920s, 1913s, brother. This is a whole different era that we were in.
Okay.
And if you read the Circle 7 Quran, what Noble Drew Ali said, he's properly prepared the book.
He probably plagiarized the book.
Brother, let me go
probably
back.
Cut it up.
Say, don't act like we didn't have.
He get permission from the people who originally wrote the book to do that.
Let me say this, because you know that we wanted from certain things you could not do. We shared this, so don't act like when we get here that we didn't.
Listen here, brother. Listen. Like, let me tell you something. I took my oath to the crowd. Now I talk to you. Now you keep trying to take a personal conversation. It's not personal. And I had a personal conversation with, but don't bring that conversation out here. I know that. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're trying to be slight, man. You're trying to be slight.
We can't say one thing and just say, okay, this is happening a different way. Because whatever I say on somebody else, I'm going to say it.
If we on a personal conversation, I agree with you. I ain't got to be so hard with you. I can be casual with you.
Dialogue.
Just going to the people. I'm hard as hell. No, I can't get you no slack.
Ain't no straddling the goddamn fence today, man.
I can't cut you no slack.
If that be the case, we can have the conversation that we had on the phone.
Now let me ask this.
We don't want to have that conversation. We want to have this conversation.
Brother Mark,
one thing.
You still didn't address the question I asked you about the origin of law. You ain't deal with none of that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Let me say that.
Did you deal with that? You ain't deal with that, brother. You went around the corner.
Can I answer it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
The origin of law. I ain't hear you talk about the
Let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
Okay. Once again, our laws come from cosmic, universal, and nature law. All over the planet, we replicated this laws now in society and in government. It didn't just come from one specific place. Our laws are from the universe, nature, and the cosmos. How the planets run, how the atoms run. This is how it goes. The 142 negative confession, that still is not wrong because negative is not something bad. Negative is representing the feminine aspect of the atom. Don't you have protons and electrons? Mm-hmm. So proton is positive, electron is negative. Negative is not bad. That's called the Europeans call it the 7 Hermetic philosophy. We call it the 7 laws of the universe. That's called duality and polarity. So it's still correct. But our laws is from the universe. Man didn't come up with these laws.
You know why? Because what it's saying is we the fathers and mothers. We cannot equate ourselves with everybody else.
Hold up, Sabir. Hold up.
Do you believe in a monogenetic origin? Do you believe we all come from one?
Of course we all come from one.
Okay then, which means that it had to emulate from one source before it was everywhere.
Right.
One can exist without two, but two can't exist without one.
Right.
Two can exist without three, but three can't exist without two or one. Because it take a two and a one to make a three.
Right.
So I'm saying chronologically. Now you talking about, well, it might be something older in the Americas as far as pyramids than in Africa. Now what I want you to look at is that knowledge has to be developed.
Right.
And when you look at Giza, you got to understand that common knowledge would tell you that it took hundreds of thousands of years to develop that knowledge. So how could you go and look at a ragged little pyramid in Mexico that then fell down, did not have the technological advancement, and when you look at Giza, it's aligned with Orion's belt, which means that they had to do that science before they built the pyramid. And you see the calendars that's all on the wall. So what I'm saying, if you see Giza and you look at that, wouldn't it tell you that they was dealing with them pyramids much longer than those that was in Mexico by the development, the technological development? That's common sense. Me, you, and we can claim we all knowledgeable. But if you ask me to build a clubhouse, I'm going to be real with you. I ain't going to do good.
Right.
I need help. And that's a clubhouse. When I got to Giza, man, look, there is nothing on the planet that can compare to it.
Now,
nothing
to address that. If you go to the Temple of the Sun and Moon,
I've been there.
Isn't the Temple of the Sun and Moon aligned with Pallades?
It's the same knowledge that the brother. Wait a minute, let me clear it. Let me go on George Jim. Let me go.
Same people.
Let me clear it up. Let me go on clear it up.
Oh, wait, before you do that, please, let me do it.
Why you gonna let me drop my bomb, man? Go ahead.
You spoke about Levi and the plagiarism between the Circle 7 Quran and the
go ahead.
Before Querying Gospel of Jesus the Christ, right?
Get your page ready.
In the Querying Gospel of
Jesus, get your page ready.
In the Querying Gospel of Jesus the Christ, in there it described the symbolic Jesus as being blonde hair and blue eyes. You won't find that in the Circle 7 Quran.
No.
Because wait.
Go ahead.
Like the brother was trying to explain to you, in the 1913, original people over here couldn't read properly. You couldn't find no good information because our people wasn't looking for the information or thought they didn't deal with them. In 1913, the only thing that was popping was Prince Hall Freemasonry, Marcus Garvey, and if you was dealing with a so-called occult. So Noble Drew Ali came and brought this information, prepared it, so that our people could grasp it and understand it. Then he said, I'm going to end with this.
Right.
Then he said, this same information are secrets that were in Egypt, Palestine, and Tibet.
Okay, then. I'm going to do it quickly.
Okay.
Now, number one, I looked at the Circle 7 Quran. I looked at Levi's book. I don't agree with Levi. I don't care about Levi. But what I'm saying, what did he change? The word from word, man. He didn't change nothing. He might as well just go to snatch some pages out of Levi's book and just slapped it together. He didn't change. The only thing that he changed, it was Levi said God, he says Allah.
Can I address that?
Go ahead.
Once again, Levi is not the author, so it can't be plagiarism. How
if the man, okay, then.
Something that belonged to you.
All right, I'm gonna lay that one alone. I think
move on.
I'm gonna go to George M. James, and he talks about the Grand Lodge of Luxor. He says the ruins of the ancient Grand Lodge of Luxor are found today on the banks of the Nile in Upper Egypt in the ancient city of Thebes, which we call Waset. It was built by Pharaoh Amenhotep III. It was the only Grand Lodge of the ancient world. It had branches or minor lodges throughout the ancient world in Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, and probably Australia. These are some of the places: Palestine and Mount Carmel, Syria and Mount Hermon in Lebanon, Babylon, Medea near the Red Sea, India on the banks of the Ganges, Burma, Athens, Rome, Croton, Rhodes, Delphi, Malta, Cyprus, Corinth, Crete, Central and South Americas, especially among the Peru and Incas and Aztecs of Mexico. So when you clearly go in here, they killed this man. They didn't murder this man because he was in here putting cartoon characters in this book. They killed this man because he opened the doors on some people that didn't want the doors opened up on them. And that, I will not allow a grandmaster teacher who put his life on the line, and most niggas out here ain't gonna do nothing but chitter chatter. This man put his life on the line to give us this information.
Okay.
And we could come back and allow others to turn back the hands of time. Our babies need this information right here.
Brother, I like
they don't need nobody teaching them that in America and North America, man, this don't even produce black people. When you look at the geographical and the development, topography of this land, ain't gonna produce no pitch black man like the equator in Africa. The black man is the original man, pitch black man. So we going also into topography, geography, and you understand that, hey, no, look where we at, man. Look at this weather over here. It is not going to produce a pitch black man. You look at you're not as dark as some Africans. I say he black.
That's
but
right.
There's some brothers over there make you look like me.
Beautiful black.
So what I'm saying, this land over here is not going to, and you can't get around that, man.
Listen, you made
all right, brother Sabir, go ahead, brother
I just want
Sabir.
to clear some stuff because, again, let's go back to 1913s, 1940s, 1950s. At this time frame.
Don't do no word semantics here,
brother,
man.
we're not going, I'm going to say
it,
the way I want to and the way it need to be said, all right? I understand about what George G. James did. I know about a lot of these people. I know what happened with the Nation of Islam, how they would slaughter our prophets. Even the brother Nas said, every time you tell a people go free, you get left full of bullet holes. What happens, we all putting our lives on the line. He is, the Moorish Brooklyn is, I am, we all are putting our lives on the line because they don't want this out to the masses of the people. Because what happened, it will make people start becoming conscious and waking up to really of the tricks of that they're doing. All these European Masons that we see out here, from your judges to your presidents to your police officers, all of them wear your fez on their head. It's your forefathers' fez. It's not the Europeans. Like Moorish Brooklyn said, they took our history and just, what they say, the masters of remixes. They the one that remixed everything. All this history is ours. It's not theirs. We taught them law. We taught them science. I heard Seti say that we were the mothers and fathers. Yes, didn't Noble Ali say that? We the mothers and fathers of civilization. So we did teach the European. But what happened? We were falling back to sleep, and we falling asleep today.
Noble Drew Ali also said that he was an Egyptian priest or something like that.
Adat or priest.
Egyptian Adat, but he never talked about ancient Egypt.
But brother, I mean,
how can you be an Egyptian Adat
if you
but you don't teach? Hold up, brother. How can you? All right, go ahead. I'm gonna ask you that question. So go ahead.
If you read Noble again, Noble Drew Ali, there's a lot of stuff that took place, and I'm cutting into this because a lot of stuff took place. If anybody want, I don't know if you saw this neither. If you want to know anything dealing with the history of the Moors too, about the slimy and the stuff that was taking place, this book here, The Sacred Drift, will get into what took place at that time. Noble Drew Ali had many other documents that was out beside the Circle 7 and the questionnaire. It just wasn't around. Again, we doing the exact same thing that happened in the 1920s, man. We don't see it. I was sharing this with Seti. I said, we doing the same fighting back and forth with each other. So the European is watching and saying, look, we're going to make one group go against the other group. I told him I would with him because he's a soldier.
We've been going against ourselves even before the white man. I mean, you look at the story of Asar and Seti. It's before that. So I mean, so a lot of a lot of people try to make it seem like, say, Seti, you shouldn't be going against the Moors because you in this fight. Y'all shouldn't be fighting. That's BS. That's BS. It's just that's a military strategy that sometimes is used for a brother that just don't like me, ain't gonna never be with me, to get inside of my organization, and it been done a million times. Look at Marcus Garvey. It was the top echelons of that movement that took him down. Supposed to been his brother. You look at Malcolm. It was a nigga sat right there on the front row, black. So don't act like we don't. I believe it's time, man, for us to cut some branches off the tree.
I feel like this.
Hold up, you got.
All right, if the Moors could come out in the open in an open podium and say, fuck that black nationalist bullshit, fuck that black power, we ain't black, fuck black power, then you just opened the door for all the black nationalists to come out and attack you. So not you, not you personally. So you may not have personally said that, but brother, we have every right to defend the greatness of Marcus Garvey. He was a black nationalist. You just said fuck Malcolm. You said fuck Khalid. Fuck Harriet Tubman.
You didn't. But okay, so we want to go there.
Let me
tell you something. And I wish I'd have bought that article. Number one, Khalid Muhammad, before he transcended, said he's a Moor and have sense enough to know he's a Moor.
You keep saying that, but he said he's a black Moor.
Brother, he said he was a Moor regarded, and this will be on that clip. Since you won't put it on there, we're going to put it on this clip. Also, let's talk about this. He also, when Noble Drew Ali visited Marcus Garvey in jail, Marcus Garvey told the Garveyites, and I'm trying to get that article to go to the Moorish.
Dog gave him homework.
Okay.
I'm brought the philosophy of the opinion from Marcus Garvey right here with me.
Okay.
I come with my bombs. I come with my bombs. Because I knew you was going to bring it up, so I brought the Garvey.
Bring it to Detroit with me.
Bro, you should have brought it today for the people.
Okay.
That's right. You know you was coming today, brother. Stop straddling the fence,
Sabir. I don't
straddle
any fences, brother. Anything. I don't straddle no fences. Go ahead.
Let this brother ask the question.
Being that all three of y'all here, this ain't cool. What's the solution?
Thank you. That's what I was agreeing.
Ask the question again.
What's the
y'all
solution?
Here for a reason. What is the solution?
And I was going to come to that as soon as all this calmed down. What do we do?
Because it's a lot of bickering.
It's going to be bickering.
Everything real.
Yes, that's right.
It's going to be bickering.
And that it has to be ironed out.
Well, brother, as long as you keep teaching our babies that black means death and white means purity, it's going to always be some goddamn bickering.
But the thing about it, though, Sonetta, it's like we have to find out. Y'all, if I say...
If you can come out and say that in the open, we got to defend that.
Brother. If I say, look the word up, you're going to flip it and say, it's the white man's day.
And it is.
So what I'm saying...
Because that's his definition.
So what is the point of doing
this? Well, when you tell me to look it up, I can look it up. Okay, black is color, culture, consciousness, and a corresponding cosmic... I just said it.
But I asked you,
I just said it.
But where can the masses of the people look this up at? The masses of the people that's looking at these DVDs.
See, the word semantics.
Where?
But through your teachings.
Don't do that.
Through your teachings. Through your teachings.
Right?
Through our teachings, brother.
He said his words. He said
through our medium.
Now, right?
Through our medium.
You said that there's a word game. Semantics and word game is basically the same thing. But he's saying his word. I mean, some word game. You saying?
Don't try to put me against my brother. I have a question for you, brother.
No, I'm gonna share with you what is going on.
I have a question for you. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on because that's 12 minutes on this tape. I have a question for you, brother. The Moors teach that they control the 7 seas. If that's true, what part did the Moors play in controlling the slave ships? And how did the white man get through? Did the white man pay the Moors?
Let me tell you something. I said this to you before. The cheapest thing you can buy is a stick of gum and a nigga. You can walk out right now on 125th Street and get one to go against the other one right now. So it's nothing.
Did the Moors control the 7 seas?
Listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening.
Go ahead.
I just said to you, the same thing that happened back then is the same thing that's going on to 2009. You can do the same thing right now. And he just said a person can be in his movement. A person could be next to him and sell him right down to slavery.
Okay,
same
brother,
thing, but yes, they were involved,
all right,
brother.
Listen to this question again.
I listened to
I want to go to you, Moorish Brooklyn
Intelligence. They were involved.
The Moors say that they controlled the 7 seas. If that is true, what part did the Moors play in the slave ship? And how did the white man get through them? Did he pay the Moors off to get through with the slave ship?
All right.
Answer that question.
Now to what Seti said earlier, before the Europeans was on this planet, we was already fighting against ourselves. So during the time that we was now fighting against ourselves, you have to understand that we fell. All of this is based on how we and our ancestors fell. So yes, we did control the 7 seas, but some of us, not all of us, agreed to do treaties, agreed to let them go through there based on certain degrees that we taught them or certain allowance. And then what always happened? We always get betrayed in the end. It doesn't matter where the European go all over the planet, they always betrayed us in the end.
Well, if you selling your brothers, you supposed to be betrayed.
That's right.
Because he knows if you would sell your brother that you ain't worth nothing to him nowhere.
Right.
But brother, a native was selling their brothers out.
Indeed, but we're going to deal with our
Maroons were selling their brothers out. Africans were selling brothers
So
out.
are
Moors
you-
were selling Moors out.
So are you
We're all the
proud?
same people, though.
Are you proud
Of course
to
not.
be a Moor, knowing
Wait.
that this is what your ancestors have done?
Well, I'm not proud of slavery. I thought that's what you was going to say.
No.
But no, I'm not proud of what our ancestors have done. I'm mad at my own ancestors for even experimenting with the Europeans, even mixing with them, even selling them, even having children with them. Me, individually, I'm not proud. But going back to his original question, what is the solution? I'm a sister, and I have to find out who she is. She said that we need to understand that we have been waking up in different stages. Just like how you may be mad because some Moors didn't explain to you why they're not saying black or they hate black, is the same reason why when the Nation of Islam was around and they were telling people that they're not Negroes. You know how many people got mad about that? But the solution is, like the sister said, she said, the nation of God's on earth, those are our scribes. Those are our memory bookkeepers. She said the teachings of Dr. York, they'll show you that we are jacks of all trades. She said the Nation of Islam, that's the refinement stage. The Moors now is when you want to deal with law and government and society. So we all need to come together and understand that we're fighting over fragments of history and pigmentation. Not understanding when a Moor said that he's not black, he's not talking about carbon, hydrogen, melanin, dark energy, dark sun. We're talking about, in law, black and white has nothing to do with your skin color. It is your status in government.
Right. And what is your status in government?
Our true status in government by birthright. Mm-hmm. That was taken away by
according to the white man in his law system.
No, because once again, nigga goes in a naga.
I'm telling you something.
Okay.
I can stand here with this uniform on.
All right.
You can stand there with the feds on. The Nation of Islam can stand here with his bow tie on. Okay. And the white judge sitting behind the bench, how do you see it? How do he see all of us?
He see all of us.
Do he see you any better than me because you got the feds on?
Yes.
Or yes. No, sir. He still see you as a nigga.
Can I answer why?
He might come out and say something, but in his mind, look at these dressed up niggas. That's the way he looks at us, brother. You are no better than me because you got the feds on.
Can I answer?
The tape is getting ready to cut off.
Ask a question.
Answer, go ahead.
The reason why, because he see that you have a headdress with your tassel swinging 360 degrees, means that you are the father of that widow's son. You are the Muslim.
So the policeman will hesitate to shoot you before he would shoot me.
We know that's no excuse. In the dark, whether you have a fez or not, you're still going to get shot.
Okay, now to answer this brother's question, the brother said, a good question, what is the solution?
Right.
The solution is the only way we're going to be able to come together and work together is that we got to drop all these punk-ass titles that the white man has put on us.
They never gave you more.
That goes for not punk-ass titles, but titles. Drop the titles.
They never gave
They gave you more.
No, they didn't.
We need to stop coming in the name of Freemasonry, Islam, Christianity, 5%er, Nation of Gods and Earths, Black Panthers. Let's drop all of that and come up under one umbrella. And I guarantee you, we will see the enemy for who the fuck he is. That we are all in the same goddamn position, brother. He's the one that separated us. He's the one that made us start studying all this kind of stuff. And that's why we are here today debating about it. But we're taking you to the root of it, and you are fighting with us over the root. We're taking you to ancient Kemet. At the time of ancient Kemet, there was no such thing as Moor. There was no such thing as Islam. There was no such thing as Christianity. And this is the point that we're trying to tell you, brother. The ancient Kemites did not wear no fez.
They sure did.
You said they wore fez. They didn't wear no fez.
Can I address that?
Address that, brother.
Once again, in English and in modern time, we're
and I came up under the Nation of Gods and Earths too, so I want to let you know that.
All right, that's peace.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. In this modern day and time, we're calling it fez, but like I told the brother, you could go to Easter Island and see a red block on their head. They may have called it another name, but here right now in this modern time, we're calling it fez or al-fa'az. If you want me to say al-fa'az, ancient Arabic, we could do that. But we wore many different crowns. When you graduate, you went to elementary school, right?
Did we wear them in ancient Egypt?
Of course we did.
No, we did.
But it was different variations.
No, we didn't.
Okay, let me
Can you show me that?
Let me finish what I was saying.
Can you show me that on the right?
Let me finish what I was saying. You went to elementary school, right?
Yes, sir.
You went to high school. Okay, when you're in a cap and gown, the cap that you're wearing is a fez. Doesn't it have a tassel on there? Isn't the square a motherboard?
The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
I just don't understand.
Man, listen, man. Like I say, man, when you getting off in the cultures, man, you got to break down the culture, man.
Right.
You can't just point to and say that's no feds. That's not the Africans never wore feds, and the one crown that they want to claim. You got to understand, only the Sultan ever wore a crown. So you can't go. I can show you, man. Come on, man. I can show you 100,000 photos of ancient Kemet. The only person that you are ever gonna see wearing a crown is a Sultan or a god, a Netaru. That's it. The average cat never wore those crowns. So the one little crown, which was not a fair, because they want to show you one a Khufu, where they have broken the whole top of the crown off, so all you seen was what would look like a fez.
Right.
But they don't show you, and then they don't show you how it's connected to the whole head.
Right.
It don't sit on the top
Around
of your
the
head.
ears,
It come around the ears and it come all the way down the neck. Okay, red don't belong to them. So if somebody paint a hat red, it's got to be a fez.
Hey man, y'all want to stop it right there? Y'all want to keep going?
Yeah, man. They was going in, man. I don't know, Sutek. It's another whole hour and a half left, man.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah, man. What y'all think about that, man?
Hey, man, it was lit though, for real, because
I was full suit on.
Yeah. Like, I mean, for on the Moorish part, like they was trying to back him in the corner and he wasn't going. Each time he just wasn't going. Like,
yeah, he wasn't going. That boy was fired up.
yeah, he held his own.
The crocker is the crocker is the crocker.
What y'all think in the chat, man? Y'all fuck with that classic part two. Part two is when they about to get in the fight though. Well, they don't like, Seti just tell him like, hey bro, watch out.
Yeah, I don't remember that. So
that's part two, man. Part two is the part when they about to hit. Yeah. They go in. Seti started packing his little books up and shit. He started packing his books up. Then Sabir stand up, like, and then, they looking at each other like, did he sit back down? Like, I'm like, oh, it was about to go. Yeah, part two gonna be the shit.
Keep talking about it. They don't want to see it, bro.
Huh?
You keep talking about it. They don't want to see it.
Shit, they gonna have to catch the next one, because like I said, the next. Bro, it's a whole another hour and a half left.
Mm-hmm.
Look what she said. Keep playing it then. She wanted to play till she be ready to go to bed.
What you think, Sutek? Give on that part two, man.
Yeah, what y'all want to do?
I'm here. I'm locked.
Y'all want part two, man? Y'all gotta put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat. Y'all want part two. If not, we just gonna give it to y'all tomorrow, man. I fuck with part two though. I mean, this, like I said, this is a solid little dialogue for real. Cause dude talking about some. He said, what's the lands? And he said, what he said? He said Liberia, Mu, Atlantis, and then Nubia.
Yeah.
He say 3 mythological things before he even get to some real shit that's actually you can see that's tangible.
Yep.
That's crazy.
They got the tools.
Oh shit, they putting them in there. They trying to keep us up all night, man.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it, man.
Look, and Yolanda ain't said nothing the whole chat, yo. She put the 2 in there.
Yeah, that's wild.
All right, we're gonna play part two. This is what we're gonna do, cause we're gonna go ahead and play part two, Sutek, and I'm gonna tell you when to stop it, cause I got a video I got a video queued up that Sabir say something slick to Seti, and I want to play that for the chat. So, oh dang, Jolanda put a whole bunch of twos in there. All right, go ahead, cue it up then, Sutek.
All right.
Is the fez red because the fez fell in some paint? Was it originally red when you first had the fez? Was it always red?
I heard that. I heard that story that you mentioned.
See,
about,
I heard that's what I'm bringing.
A Moor, whether male or female, because I heard two stories. One story that it was a man, one story that it was a woman, and it was in like a den or a dungeon, and they wouldn't answer any questions or they wouldn't comply, and something happened about them getting attacked, and then the white fez fell into the pool of blood.
Right.
That's how it became red.
Right. That's what I meant.
That's one story I myself can't confirm, but I do know the story. However, we wore many different crowns. I'm calling it a fez. It may not have been called a fez back then, but the crown were many different colors. This color though, red, maroon, or crimson, shows you that basically you yourself is a master of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Once again, while your tassel swinging 360 degrees, and it also shows you that the level that you are on. So the fez, as we're calling it now in modern time, right now it may be red, but you may see a black one. Once again, showing that the Moors are not against black. Because
so what is the original color of the fez, brother?
Excuse me?
What is the original color?
I have no idea, brother.
What do the fez represent?
The fez. There you go. That's a good question.
Okay.
That's what we should be arguing instead of showing pictures of these impersonators wearing our fez.
No, man.
Let me answer the question. Can I answer the question?
Answer the question.
Hurry up so I can get on that now. Don't let that go now.
All right. The fez itself, if you break down the fez, there's a top part and there's a bottom part. This representing astrological information of 360 degrees above, 360 degrees below. If you look at this, this is the belly button. Because the universal birthmark of the human family that shows that we all come from a mother is the belly button. Then you have the umbilical cord. Then you have this, which is representing the sun, moon, or a star orbiting around the universe. This tassel represents the 360 degrees and rays of information. The height of the fez represents something. This is your capstone. The reason why brothers wear caps in the hood and don't know where it comes from. There's a top of the cap, but nobody asks why that top piece is there. It doesn't belong on the cap. It's because this tassel is supposed to be there.
Okay, you beat my fez up, bro.
Sorry. It's because the tassel is supposed to be there.
And actually,
so we're not paying attention. This is an ancient crown representing mental, physical, spiritual science that you are a master that impersonators have stolen.
Hey, all I'm gonna tell you is this, and the brother asked what we should do as far as what's going on. Listen, this is a war that it was before me. You know, I'm this is my day and time, and it was handed down to me. You understand what I'm saying? And we just getting along. That ain't gonna work. You can forget about that. It's some stark differences between us. I'm African-centered, meaning Africa is my center. Now, with Pan-Africanism, what Dr. Clark was trying to say, we all originate from Africa. And Pan meaning abroad, meaning if you're in Haiti, we know you're African. We're going to work with you. We're going to work with our African brothers in India. We're going to work with our brothers here in America.
Pan-African, global African, bullshit is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
But I heard one cat, A.A. Rashid, say, fuck all that Pan-African nationalism. I mean, ain't no way you handle it.
Brother.
Because he got your hat on.
Right. Don't
come get on me when I slay him. You understand what I'm saying for saying that? Now, I didn't never say I want to disrespect Queen Hot. All Moorism, because I want to leave the door where if a brother want to work with me, he could come through the door. I'm not going to close all doors. You my brother. I'm gonna leave a door, but I ain't gonna leave it open for long. I'm gonna leave the door open. But he came out, and that is as disrespectful to our movement as anything you have ever heard me say. So you need to deal with him.
And the reason why a lot of people came at you is because of you disrespecting Noble Drew Ali.
It was a response to what I had already heard.
We said that. Now,
okay.
It was a response to what you heard. But Noble Drew Ali had nothing to do with that. Did he?
Listen, you his follower.
All right.
You his follower. If it come out of your mouth, I'm not gonna go double back on everything that everybody said. If he say Leroy sent me and Leroy told you to say that, then nigga L you and Leroy.
Noble Drew Ali send.
I'm not going back off into that. I said it, I meant it, and I'll say it again if I have to. I don't want to because I'm in this Queen's house. But I meant it, I said it, and I said it in response. Because listen here, my uncle was a Moor. Okay. My uncle was a Moor, and it hurt me. And he never came because he had Marcus God. He had the red, black, and green. He respected the Nation of Islam. He went to Mecca, did his thing. Even though I wasn't a Muslim, I loved him and I respected him. And he was buried with a black fade. But I never, ever heard him say the things that y'all say.
Brother,
at all.
Hold on. You said y'all. When you judge all Christians for what some Christians do?
Man, listen here, man.
Answer my question.
It's coming to the point where...
Do you or don't you?
It's coming to the point. Now, listen. I hear what you're trying to say, but it's coming to the point. I left the door open.
I asked you a question.
It's a time... Wait a minute.
I asked you a question. Answer my question.
Not today. Today, 2009, I'm judging them all the same.
So you'll judge all Africans?
You know what? You know why? You know why I'm doing this in 2009? Because it's like the hourglass. As the sand sink, if it's up, I might talk with you. But as it's creeping down, and I'm telling you this,
but you're building with me
as it's creeping down, and it's down, baby, it's like 2 grains left. You think I'm gonna sit here and debate? Ain't gonna be no more. What I'm for, and I'm gonna say it on tape, I'm for armed revolt. Because
so
we can
sit with each other instead of with the European. You're not doing that, brother. I said what you.
What you gonna armed revolt for?
Listen,
what is your premise, though? Brother, what is you fighting for? Is you fighting for what I'm fighting for?
Yes,
you fighting for Africa?
I asked you.
Will you fight for Africa?
They're my brothers. You damn right I would. Let me share something with you, brother. I'm dealing
you
with
sure you ain't my man's who was sent by my man's? You wasn't sent by my man's to come and sit amongst me.
Let me tell you, you obviously don't know who I am.
Because you got that man hat on.
You obviously don't know who I am.
Listen, Sonetta.
Yeah, let me get to that right quick.
You know, this world, I was born into this world. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask that question again. I want to make sure my camera was on. Because we just blinked up. The question I have for you, when a brother asks you a question in the street is, how long are we going to keep on blaming the white man? And I see the Moorish brothers say, "Oh man, that's a good question," because I think you support that question too.
How
long are we going to keep on blaming the so-called white man?
Okay, I don't say white.
Do you support that question too?
When he's finished, then we'll answer.
Go ahead, brother.
Listen, I don't fault the white man for us not doing nothing about our condition.
That's right.
But as long, because I can go to the point before the cracker put his hands on us, we was doing all right. Until the cracker put his hands on us, we was doing all right. We didn't have no sisters without no husbands. We didn't have no brothers running from the home, not being a father. We didn't have communities where we throw away our elders, just like Dr. Ben. He's not in a old home, old folks' home. And he's one of our greatest scholars of this century. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't blame the white man for us not doing anything about it, but I blame him because we were not in this condition before he put his hands on us. So what it comes down to, it ain't about law. The brothers hanging from them ropes. Why are they hanging from them ropes? Because they don't know law? They hanging from them ropes because the white man is a beast. Mm-hmm. He's a beast. And I got some photos in here that I can go in and show you his nature. If I show you first, before we even entertain whether we can work together, we got to understand what is your nature, what is mine. What is the white man's nature? What is the black man's nature?
See, you keep missing. I'm asking you, what can we do then? Do you go to war right now, walk out the door and go to war?
See, Sabir, let me ask you this.
What is the solution?
Do you see the white man? Do you see the white man, Sabir, as your brother?
No, I don't use him as a stumbling block. You say as my brother. I don't judge a brother because of the color of his skin. Number one, I judge him on their conduct. Period.
Sabir.
Brother,
the question I'm at, because I asked it before and you just came out and said yes.
And I answered.
So now,
I'm answering your question.
Do you
brother.
see? So how can me and you fight together when you see this beast as your brother?
Let me share something with you, bro. You got majority. You just told me we ain't gonna go there with that one, but we have brothers on the police department. We have brothers in certain positions that is treating our people like crap. Right now,
brother.
Don't
straddle the fucking fence,
I'm not
brother.
straddling the
I'm
fence,
asking you this. Do you see the white man as your brother? Yes or no?
I judge him on his conduct.
Oh no!
Come on, man.
Judge everybody on their conduct. Everybody.
Let me go.
You don't know his conduct after 6,000 damn years.
Listen, brother. I was shot 5 times. The damn show wasn't from a European. It was from 2 brothers. All right,
we understand.
Morris Brooklyn. Do you see the white man as your brother?
Okay,
here you go.
Now, smart time.
Now that proves my point from the last question I had. If I was to get 6 Moorish brothers and sit them in a room from different states and ask them a question, hold up, and ask them a question, you will all be in here debating one another.
You know what?
On what is right and which one is wrong.
I answer your question the way you wanted me to, but I said I don't use them as a stumbling block. No, I watch everybody, not just the European, bro. When I say that, I'm talking about all of us. This brother just said and made some comments about a gate and a door and talking about people being around him. Brother, this is, I mean, what are we solving here? Are we talking about going out here right now? Hold up, bro. We ain't gonna go there. I'm talking about right now. Are we going out here right now? Are we going to LA right now for this brother that just got shot down? Are we just running our mouths, brother? Come on, be for real.
That's my uncle. So you know I don't never lie.
Brother, he got that on right there.
Okay then.
Isn't that the same?
Okay, but I never heard him say the things you say. So when your brother say he tell you
that, this brother.
Okay,
you
see
never
that
heard,
black man?
Hold up. You never heard me say that with you. You never heard me say I talk.
Do y'all put that star on y'all friends like that?
Let me clear something up with you. I'm very close with Pan-Africa, with the Pan-African movement. I'm very close with the 5%, brother. So don't go there.
I want you to be close right here. You in.
Brother, I'm here with this brother right here. This brother can bear witness
You can't be straddling the fence.
Brother, I don't straddle this
on
brother.
both sides. Are you in, brother?
Shakim, would you please share this information with them? Because this brother came out of the gods of the earth. What's still in there.
Okay.
So, brother, I don't cause no separation. When I spoke with him on the phone, I told him the same thing. I don't get in front of a camera and say something different. Because everything that I'm saying, that's why he said don't bring up what we talked about on the phone. All right? So I don't go in one spot and say something different than come in front of everybody and say something totally different. That ain't my MO.
No, that ain't what I'm saying.
That's why I asked the question.
That's what I'm saying, that's slight, because if I'm talking to you as a brother, I might lower my guard. I might talk with you in a comfortable setting. And we might rap, because I depend this from my ear to your ear. That's how brothers do.
Right.
We get our lives took for saying things.
That's what I told you.
So I don't even bring nothing up. You understand what I'm saying? When I speak with you, we in the community now.
Right.
And I gotta speak for the community.
And I do.
Right.
And
you understand what I'm saying?
You got to also know this, because I said if you watch the history of Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and Khalid Muhammad and all that, we cannot allow and keep on allowing this same thing to keep happening. We cannot, because don't think that it's just our people looking at this, brother. Don't get it twisted. Because I told you on the phone that they can come to you, they can come to me, and they can persuade.
I know there's gonna be a whole lot of people watching it, but they're gonna say that nigga over there with that green on. I'm scared to see that nigga. Because if he get the right type of situation, he might do something to me. I know, man, listen, I got them crackers putting on. If you see what my uncle told me to save it. You see that one white boy made that video, got that Nazi music in the back. Mm-hmm. See, they scared because we talking the real. Mm-hmm. If you want to integrate, see, the Moors are integrationalists. Because they use his law. They don't want to take the white man titty.
It's the truth,
out of their mouth.
It's the truth, brother.
That's integrationalism, man. That's integrationalism.
Let me share something with you. And if you want to go there, we can go there. What we said on the phone. Don't keep saying me, brother. Don't say me or all of us.
Leave the phone
Don't say what you
don't
say.
Don't
say whatever you need to say.
I ask you questions about certain things. Even anybody can go see that clip when I told you about why did you calm your tone inside city council meetings. Why did you not come at them the way you come at us? The way the hardness that you.
I didn't see that. I didn't get that.
Anybody can go to YouTube.
No, I seen it, but I didn't see him calm his tone. I see him going in there as a diplomat, a strategist.
Okay, so what I'm saying, the only thing that we do, the same thing, strategists. You got to be strategized everything, not coming in ignorant, brother. but coming in intelligent.
Can you take
don't
some?
think this is your opinion.
Can you take some?
Don't take this your opinion.
Real strong photo on this. Can you take it?
Yes,
Don't
we
think
need
this
to
your,
get.
this is just
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna show you a white man. You see that? You see that white boy? That's a dog there. I ain't gotta show no more. That's his nature.
We understand.
Don't take no way.
I was gonna play that video of Seti at City Council. I don't know if anybody's seen. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I think I seen it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Play that.
Yeah, I was gonna play it. Then we go back.
Let's get the full context.
Yeah. We gonna bust it all the way down. So this the video that Sabir was talking about. Said he calmed his tone down.
Good afternoon, Council. I appreciate you giving me the chance to speak. I'm a vendor from Detroit, and I'm also here to ask that the Council overrides the mayor's veto. I'm a traveling brother, and I've been to a lot of major cities in the United States. New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, LA, they all have vendoring. Now, if those cities as 3 and 4 and 5 times as large as Detroit can get over whatever obstacles they can get over to get vendors out there, then Detroit can do the same thing. Right. Detroit is trying to be a world-class city, and they should be able to get over this. When you go to New York and people go to Harlem, one of the first things that they do is go to 125th Street. Right. And everybody knows about the vendoring there. Right. When Detroit is in an economic crunch that it's in, and there are not enough jobs out here, you should commend the citizens of Detroit for trying to do for self. If we don't do for self, what are we to do? That's the question. So this is our council, this is our city, and you should look out for us before anyone else. The mayor has a job. He can pay for whatever he needs to pay for. These vendors down here only making a little bit of money, and they should not be worrying about these crumbs. When these festivals come in, you see all of these trucks roll in with out-of-state plates. And they take all of our money and roll right on up out of the city of Detroit. Now, who is responsible for this? Because I know you can see those license plates just like we can see them. So, I want to know where the unseen hand is coming from. I will hope that the council would override this and really move Detroit towards a world-class city. Thank you very much.
He did his thing on there, though, you know. I don't know why Sabir brought that up. Go ahead and get back to it, Sutek. But, yeah, he did his thing on there, man. People always say, oh, y'all never bring it to the white man. There you go right there, even though most of the city council black.
Don't try to separate one from the...
Share the screen, Sutek.
Not about color.
No, who? Bro,
Marcus Garvey said, right? What you say?
I never said about
you
color.
You said it's about character.
I never said that. I said I judge everybody on their conduct.
Irrelevant of their nature, right?
Conduct.
You ain't gonna win like irrelevant of their nature.
Hold up, brother. Hold up. Are you talking about the way they live their lives? Are you talking about the way we treat each other? Which one are you?
How can you deal with a man that got it in his nature to do this?
About you dealing with him when you get on that damn plane. I just asked you that. We ain't gonna.
I don't promote it.
But brother,
you promoting it. You promoting this law.
How am I promoting this law?
The man that wrote the black man's law, that law book. That's that man right there.
Okay. So you telling me
that's the man that got homosexuality marriages on the books too. So you gonna go and you respect that too?
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, well, if you can pick and choose his law, bro. See, you want to pick and choose what you want to deal with.
I just asked you a simple question. I'm pretty sure everybody sees this, but because you're dealing with the law every day.
Well, y'all seen that cracker, man. That's his nature.
You're dealing with the
Don't let nobody fool you. That's his nature, and that's why they do our people the way that they do.
Okay, can we move on to see what's the solutions to the problem?
Peace. All right, excuse me. I got a call here. I got Brother Big Man on the phone. Big Man is familiar with Brother Cyrus Suit Seti. And I got Brother Sabir Bay, and I got Brother Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence. Brother Big Man. Say peace to the brothers.
Peace, my brother. Peace, elder. Peace.
Peace.
All right, Brother Seti.
Yes, sir.
I saw one of your tapes, brother. It's like the atomic bomb.
Brother, I did it for the people.
I felt the power all the way down here in South Carolina.
I appreciate you, my brother. I couldn't do it without your energy.
All right. Now tell me this.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether Brother Sinetta brought this question up yet, but I wanted to know what part did the Moors play in the controlling of the slave ships coming across the Atlantic Ocean?
All my research, brother, that what I got from Dr. Clark, even if you get the Moors after Spain, they were what you want, if you want to call them pirates. I don't want to use that name. That's what the white man called them. But there's no way for them to claim that they were on those oceans dominating the way that they say they were and not have known about the Atlantic. They were the one floating the boats. If you go back to Christopher Columbus, the guy that captained who was the navigator of his lead ship, was a Moor. Nino Alonso, whatever the brother name was.
They also called him an African.
He was a Moor.
They called him an African.
He was a Moor. Okay, now you want to play the word game.
I know.
You playing the word game.
Save that, man. Save that. If you
He's a Moor.
You want to get on the phone and call people? I can get on the phone right now.
Brother Big Man.
Don't try to hang up with him now, dude.
Do you have a question for the Moor brother? Brother Sabir.
I have a question for, it's two Moors there?
Yeah, it's two Moors here. See, relax. You don't get it. Come on.
I have a question. Are they familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Very familiar.
Okay. Now, I have a copy of the Bill of Rights in my hand. And First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise of or abridging the freedom of speech or the press, or the right of the people to peacefully assemble. Now, when you run down this whole Bill of Rights, if you're familiar with it, do you really believe that these laws are really for the original man? Do the original man really experience these laws as far as the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, and as we go down the line?
Brother, now this is Sabir Bey. They don't acknowledge anything, nothing. It's the people who has to be informed and actually start enforcing this. They don't acknowledge anything until you start getting to the higher courts. We cannot look at these, not until you get into the higher court and us come as a nation of people. Majority of our people can sit back, deal with all these bills, all these properties.
Hello?
Go ahead, he's there.
Yeah, you there?
We can deal with everything else, taxes and everything else, but we say we don't deal with the white man's law, the so-called white man's law. But yet we dealing with it 24/7 because we're not being taught the laws. We're getting away from it. If you want to deal with the laws of Maya, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Okay, that was projected to the Moorish brothers. I wanted to know whether they believe in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and all that.
Yeah, that's Sabir Bey speaking right now. Somebody call.
Okay. Now, when you say you take the white man to court and you go by his law, all the laws and all the treaties that the white man has ever put into effect, he's broken them all. The Native American white man made one promise that he kept. He promised that he was going to take our land, and he did.
Is he finished? Good. Now, every treaty was violated except the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Every treaty was violated because nobody's teaching our people law, nobody's teaching our people international law, nor are they teaching on treaties. Again, if we don't come together as a unit, as a body of people, not this fragmented crap that is going on, we are not going to get anywhere.
Sabir, can I ask you a question? This is a serious question. If you acknowledge that it was the slave trade, how could you sign a treaty with a beast? You go down to sign at a spot and see them posters and them brothers and hanging and lynched. And how can you sign a treaty with a beast?
Brother, we weren't there. You got cats signing stuff right now with our people. You don't get it. Right now, you have mayors, governors, presidents signing things right now. So what is the difference between what happened then and what is happening now?
Well, why you promote his law?
Wait a minute, brother. Because we deal with law every day. I said to you, when you got on the plane, brother, they asked you for credentials from where? This is all I'm asking you. It's like, this is simple, but he's on point.
I understand I'm in prison. I understand I'm in prison.
Though. We understand that too.
I understand that.
To know the game. Know his game. Know his game and expose the game. Expose him. Just educate your people. How many of our people get caught up in this tax crap? How many of our people don't understand the driver's issue? How many of our people get caught up in this every day and how to deal with it and how you get out of it? This is what we must teach our people, man, because we deal with it 24/7.
It seems like you want to work within the system. You don't want to topple the pecking order.
Well, until you create the system.
But if you don't start working on it, what is you working on?
We are.
How you gonna do it, man?
Tell me what you doing. We got.
No, you ain't gonna get me on camera to see you.
See?
Man,
You don't want to get on camera.
Might be, man. I believe Ali Muhammad might have sent you on up here, man. I was trying to work with you, man.
Answer your question about the treaty, about the treaty, right? We sign treaties with ourselves, and we also sign it with them. Once again, we don't know why our ancestors did that. They were Africans signing treaties with the
Europeans.
They
was traders. I know
natives signing treaties
They were
with the
traders.
Europeans. There was natives. Everybody around the planet was signing treaties with them. But some of the treaties were being signed so that we wouldn't go and have beef with them anymore.
Why not? Our people is in chains and shackles, and you signing treaties with them, brother. What part do you don't understand?
Ain't no treaty to be signed.
The thing that you guys don't understand is the bigger picture and the complete picture.
Hold on. Are you telling me this?
No,
listen to me, brother. For a minute.
Prisoners of war.
You got me. You got my babies, you got my families shackled in the goddamn slave ship, and I'm looking up at you. And you signing treaties with the white man, and you go about your goddamn business, leaving my babies to be slaughtered.
Right.
So what is you talking about? You don't see what the bigger picture here. You don't see yourself as a traitor, as a snake.
Who's a you?
I'm talking about the Moors. You don't see them as a snake, as a traitor, as a low life.
Not all Moors was doing that. They have books that shows you that there were dark people who were slave masters that was exchanging pale slaves for dark slaves and setting them free. What about that?
Let's move on. Here's a question I have for you. I ain't even get to the Moorish questions 101 yet. I'm getting ready to get to that in a minute.
No
All right. I have this question for Sabir, but he ain't here. I want to ask him too. Moorish American. You say Africa was named after a white man, Africanus, but wasn't America named after a white man?
Who said it?
I mean, Amerigo Vespucci. So you call yourself Moorish American.
Okay.
Now, then again, you are calling yourself a name that the white man put on you. Why would you call yourself Moorish American and not African? Answer the question, brother.
All right. Well, I don't know who said that Africa was named after a white man. Okay. If you research Africa, it will go in three directions. One would be Leo Africanus, the other one would be Scipio Africanus, and the third one would be Africa, which is in a description of the original man,
right?
Body, light, and the darkness where he came from. However, if you research that, Africa itself, only when when Scipio Africanus defeated those pale skinned people and mulatto people that was there, only the top region of that continent was called Africa, not the whole thing. The next thing with Moorish American, the Europeans never call us Moorish American. They can't call us that because that title is older than the European. Moorish American just means a Moor within North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean islands. A Moor living within the Americas. That's all Moorish American means. The European never gave us more.
Well, Noble Ali said the reason why you call yourself Moorish American because you was born in America.
Right.
Well, Malcolm X say just because a kitten had babies in the oven doesn't make them goddamn biscuits. Okay. If my mother took a trip over to China and accidentally had me while she was doing her business trip in China, and I'm born in China, does that make me a Chinese?
That's right.
Because I was born in China?
That's right. When you say
it doesn't matter where you're born at, brother. We're talking about your root. Where does your root come from? You hate to say Africa.
You're not understanding.
Do your root come from Africa?
I'm not saying this.
Are you an African?
Brother, if you read...
Are you an African?
You're asking me a question.
Do your bloodline go all the way back to Africa, brother? See, you can't even say it, man.
Can I answer?
Yes or no?
Can I answer?
Yes or no?
It's not a yes or no question.
Yes,
Can I answer the question?
Go ahead, brother.
Can I answer the question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, once again, the Moors deal with Africa. In the Circle 7 Quran, it says that the Moors are from
I'm not asking you, do they deal with
Africa?
Africa? That's not the question. I'm asking you, are you an African? Do your bloodline trace back to Africa, to the motherland, to the Holy Land?
The dispute will be, what is the motherland and where was the motherland? That will be the dispute.
And you're going to ask me what the problem is. You can't see?
Hold on. Come on,
man. Come on, man.
If we are saying that North America and South America is Northwestern, Southwestern Africa, what is the problem?
Here's the question. Let me get to him too. Here's the question. Some say that Africa was named after a white man, Afrikaners.
I heard that.
Okay. Wasn't America named after a white man?
Was it?
I'm asking you.
Not that I know of. No. Now I can show you maps how this was Northwest Africa. Now, if anybody, like you say, you do.
So America over species, that's not true.
Hold up, that's not true. Brother, that's not true.
Okay.
I did research in the Free Library in Philadelphia, up in the map department. Okay. And what happened, I took it to somebody who spoke fluent Arabic and Sanskrit. And the first map, anybody can research this, is written by a guy named Idrisi. When you read that map and see that map, Idrisi, and then you will see how this was Northwest Africa, sitting right here. It was all connected at one time. So this research can be done, and it's brother, don't shake
If it was all connected at one time, why is no lions over here?
Wait a minute.
Why is no elephants over here?
You tell me.
Why no giraffes over here?
Brother, that's the same thing.
That's right.
It's a cultural area.
What happened to that?
Hold up, brother. Hold up. If we were moving from one climate to the other. Okay. You had people that was in the Caribbean, they moved from the Caribbean, let's say from certain parts up to North America, back down to South America. We always were travelers. We were always navigators. I heard a mention of something about navigating when I was out of here. That's all more meant basically be navigator.
Man, the Egyptians got the oldest boats, man. You
that's
go
right.
Fufu boat.
Brother, we not.
Man, the white boy did the Rye expedition.
Brother,
took the brothers up out of Zimbabwe. They built the same reed boat that the ancient Egyptians had, and they floated. When you break down the Olmec civilization, and I've been working on it, man, listen here. You can't talk to me. Because I see so much that's just evident that it came out of the Nile. It's ridiculous for you to even argue it.
Brother, why are you still making the separation between the Egyptians and the Moors? I just showed you some stuff.
Because I'm dealing just like my mother. See, my mother came before me. She created me. I didn't create her. I'm going back to numbers.
That's right.
Because this is chronology.
But I'm
like Dr. B got this chronology of the Bible.
Brother.
So you got dates in here. And you got right here. 570 AD. And birth of Prophet Muhammad. He wasn't before Jesus, even though I believe in Jesus, but according to chronology, Jesus came around, 1 AD. I'm not going to, but chronology speak that Jesus came before Muhammad. This is what I'm saying. You trying to blur the lines so you can sneak in.
Brother.
You're trying to sneak in, but if you go based on chronology, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can show you wasn't in the picture, brother.
Where was chronology?
Moors was not in the pictures, brother.
Where's chronology coming from?
What you mean, where is it coming from?
What does it mean?
Listen, the ancient Egypt, you want me to show you the calendar?
I asked you, don't show me. I asked you.
I'm dealing with a 365-day calendar.
What does it mean?
It means my mother came before me. That's what it means.
I thought it means to study up.
Chronology means, but see, you want, I'm keeping this, make it plain.
Come on, man.
Make it plain. Make it plain.
Stop it.
Make it plain.
That was plain.
But the babies out there, chronology means
study up.
My mother came before me. Her mother came before her. That's what it means. And you keep it in that order. You understand what I mean? What I'm saying is Egypt can exist without the Moors, but the Moors can't exist without Egypt.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's go here then. If that be the case,
which it is.
Hold up, bro.
Which it is.
I just said it with you. If that be the case, they perceive that they can exist without the Moors, then okay, we're Africans then. The Moors are Africans. The Moors are Africans.
Well, then they would acknowledge their history.
So you saying that we don't
acknowledge our history? Let me be clear about it.
Brother, the
historical Moor in Spain was an Orthodox Muslim.
We're not going.
Let's be clear about that. You see the Quran writings all over their mosque and whatnot. So they were not teaching what you're teaching.
Brother, what I'm sharing with you, if I go to...
So I don't believe the historical Moor was saying he came from North America.
Do more research than
no, it ain't. I ain't gotta look for it because you can see the writings of the
So, Brother Sabir, will the historical Moors say they came from North America?
Yes, they would.
In Spain.
Hold up. Hold on. Let me give you this whole history on it. First of all.
All right, go ahead, brother.
You had Moors that was in North Africa who traveled to Andalus, which you can swim there, just like you can swim from Jersey to Philadelphia. That's the distance that you have. So what makes you think that we didn't travel to those places? And after they came in and we were fighting, we left one part to come back over here with our brothers, because now you're separating our people again.
What makes you an American, brother?
The Africans, because my mother was born here, my great-grandmother was born, my great-great-grandmother was born here.
Now,
brother.
does that make sense to you? Because you was born here.
Brother.
I asked this brother a question. If my mother was to go to Korea or to China, listen, man,
let me finish, brother,
and have me over there in China,
that don't make you Chinese
because I was born.
I agree with that part.
Right, but you just said you're American because you was born here.
Finish this thing,
bro. Go ahead, finish.
My family are Cherokee Moors. My family are Cherokee or not. I don't know where we are. If you want to go to the indigenous name piece. All right, I've sat with my grandmother 106 years old.
Hey, hit the pause button.
I'm not a European.
Are you a slave?
I'm not a European, brother. I just told
you. You telling me that you just ran up on Sabir Bay on his live stream?
Yeah, shot him up.
Shot him up. You caught a body. We missed it.
Oh, we missed it.
Hey, I told you you lied.
He let you on too, Unc?
Yeah.
What he's we finna go. What's it?
Yo, can fool nigga cause a response? Yeah, kind of what you talking about? How do you stay out our lane, yo? Ain't nobody be saying your name, but you all in our lane, yo. And for that, we gotta get you. He probably over there still talking about me right now. Well, you can build up your immune system. I say you can't boost your immune system. You can't build it up. It is it. Oh, yeah, no, you can't, man. Stop. He think it's build your immune system like it's a force field or something. He gonna build your immune system up. How? To what? Build it to what level, nigga? I got him. We can make that a video. We can put that on a YouTube video.
Yeah, I'm trying to go find. I'm gonna find it. And we live on Sutek video. We watching Sarah. We watching Seti against Sabir right now. Sabir saying the same outdated shit he was saying in this video. This dude still saying about swimming from Spain to. He said this 10 years ago. This is before he ever been to Spain. But he's saying you can swim there now.
Nobody's doing that without a control boat.
Yo, it takes 4 hours to swim from the Horn to Spain, yo.
Right. Ain't nobody swimming like that.
Hell no, not our black asses. We going, man, listen.
Let's take a swim.
Right. Then hey, yo, so he doubled down. All his pseudo was coming out of this bill with Seti, and he's still maintaining that pseudo.
We're gonna light him up. We're gonna drop the bomb on him. He got shot up. He's leaking right now. So now we're just gonna finish him off. I made him. You know what he said? Check my stuff out. Show me where I said anything wrong. All right. I said, nigga, we already did that. You late. Boy. He ain't gonna let nobody on this train. Boy.
Nah, he ain't gonna let me on there now. My cover blown.
Oh man. No, he's so arrogant, yo. He don't realize.
You right.
He out there talking shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna I'm gonna hit you back. We're finna finish this video out, and then we're gonna
All right, later.
All right, later. I don't think he kept the show up on Unc though, yo. I don't think he kept the show up on Unc. I don't see where he live with Unc.
What was he was just like? Yeah, when you said pause, I was watching.
I don't see the video though. It ain't on Sabir on his radio shit.
No, it's on his YouTube.
We gotta pull that up. This dude got 2 different like pages, 3 fake pages. I can't keep up with this him.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh man. Oh man, yo.
Tamika said he here.
He ain't here.
Well, yeah, you can come get the link. What you want to smoke?
He ain't here. He ain't here. He ain't in here. Cause everything he said he lied about, yo. And then I went and read the Moroccan records of the chroniclers up there in Morocco, and the Moroccan chroniclers say that they love enslaving black people because they were servants. They would do as we say, and some of them would run away from other masters to serve us. So we used them to put them in our armies to fight our wars because that's what they good at doing. They ain't that, man. Listen, we wasn't no part of no Moroccan empire, yo. We wasn't running up and ruling Spain, yo. Them people.
Oh, is that him right there?
Nah, that ain't him.
Oh, Bolo?
Nah, that's our dude, yo. He always play, yo.
Who is that?
Oh, Bolo, yeah, he with us.
Oh, okay.
He just play too much.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, boy, he is here.
Yeah, he did that. That's the person who got Robon the other day. Like he came on Robon's stream, yo, and he was only showing half. He was only showing half his like his chest. He wasn't showing his face, and he was talking like a elbow. He killed Robon. He had Robon.
I missed it.
Yeah, he got, and then he said he came out, and then he said, nah, Rock. He pulled up the flag and was like, nah, right. Why dude look like he still got on the same clothes yesterday, yo? Sabir.
He got a red jacket on.
No, the t-shirt on, yo. The t-shirt with the same I promise, yo. He went live yesterday. He had the same clothes on. He kicking that spiel too. Hold on, let me see if I can find.
I knew it. Just what George didn't get out of trying to twist all of my dreams, Huey. Do you know how long I wanted to know?
Watching Bulldogs.
Some of the common dudes who are these platforms that people. The one part that really stands out for most people is versus law. 29,900 here. Hey. Give me 1 second. I have to start my Instagram back up. So.
There you go.
What's going on, Sharon? What's going on?
It's on I found it on my phone. So it's the 1 hour 31 minute mark, 38 seconds. Oh, come on.
Hold on, let me see.
And it was on YouTube, but usually he live on Instagram and Facebook.
He said what? What'd you say?
That's that same shirt. 1 hour 38 minutes. Hold up. 1 hour 38 minutes and 38 seconds.
He said Sabir is just Taj Bay Jr.
More science.
He already on there.
Take what I said.
I said 131, 131, 131. Oh, 130, yeah, 131 and then 38 seconds.
What's poppin', G? What's going on? It's a lot going on with me. He said, what's going on? He said, there's a lot going on with me.
I'm trying to figure out how you promote anti-vax rhetoric to our community using racism, white supremacy, and claim to be a Moor. I'm confused.
What is white supremacy?
Anti-vaccine community was a European community, right? Anti-vax community was in the Americas, and they was going against African science and African genius. You should actually teach the people that.
Well, did I say anything? Hold up. Did I ever say that was anti-vaccine? Did you hear me say that? No, you said it. I repeated you, but listen to me again. Listen. Did you hear me say anything? Don't ask me any. Listen, I'm going to answer your first question this way. And I don't care which way you flip it, brother. I said, I'm going to answer you this way. I said, eat healthy, stay healthy. And I'm going to repeat it again. If that's not the way you want it, that's on you.
Look, I'm asking you a question. Are you for vaccines or not?
Listen to what I said again. I don't think you heard me. It's called pay attention. Because the answer that I'm bringing you is not what you want to hear, that's your fault. Listen, brother, you look like you grown enough. You look like you, listen to me again. I'm not going to argue with you. Listen. Cheapest, brother, if you're not going to listen, I can hang up and then give you the response. I'm trying to respect you. You're asking me something that you want a response from me the way you want it. If I'm telling, listen, bro, you ask me that, but I don't have to answer it the way you want me to answer it. Please, brother, listen. If I'm telling you to take care of your health, I myself, I can't speak for everyone else. I'm speaking for Sabir. I won't do it. So if you choose to do it, if anybody chooses to do it, that's their business. So what I would tell you to do is to take care of yourself. I don't go through those issues. I'm not going to go back and forth talking about was invented by the white man or whatever, because I don't deal with the white man issue, nor do I deal with the terminology of white supremacy. I don't entertain that. That's not me, because I don't feel inferior to nobody. That's the reality. I don't feel inferior.
So you can't say come on the feed and then avoid questions.
I'm not avoiding. I'm answering it, but it's not. Listen, but I'm not avoiding it.
Okay, we off that, Sabir. Let's get off that.
So let's move. Let's go forward. I don't want to hear anything about. Listen, I don't want to hear about white supremacy. That's enough. That's a subject. Okay, let's move forward then. Let's move forward.
So the next one is: can food protect you against the coronavirus or any virus? Can it cause an immune response? Yes or no?
Say that again. Can food?
Can food protect you from any virus, and can food cause an immune response?
It depends. What kind of food you talking about?
Any food on planet Earth can it cause
well,
an immune response?
If it's genetically modified, it may. If it's genetically modified, hey brother, I'm just saying. If it's listen.
I heard your answer.
Okay. All right.
Do me a favor. Study up. Study up, son. You know how they say ice up? Study up, son.
It's not a problem. If that's what you think. If because you ain't getting it's because it's not the answer. This is not these other crazy platforms, brother. I'm giving you my answers. I just said to you.
No, relax. But listen, what I'm saying is, you know, I'm the guy that started the Raw Squad.
It's okay.
You've been talking a whole lot.
No. You brought my name. They said my name in the Amirah Squad. It's okay. Well, I don't know, brother. If I can pull up, listen. I got it, but it's no beat. Listen, brother. Let me make something clear with you. And if you paid attention, if you go back to the videos,
man, it's not personal, bro.
Okay, and that's what I said yesterday with the brother.
Listen, I like you, Sabir.
I mean,
you just teaching whacked out information.
How?
I gotta deal with it.
How?
Put yourself on the line.
Why?
This is misinformation.
Well, this is what you can do. If it's
stop coronavirus.
Huh?
That's not going to stop coronavirus.
What's not going to stop coronavirus?
It's not going to help you with coronavirus.
What's not?
None of that stuff you teach is going to help you, Sabir, babe. I'm just telling you.
Brother, let me help you out.
None of that stuff you think you taking gonna stop that. Don't teach our people that, bro.
Listen.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me help you out, brother. Let me help you. Let me help you out. If you listen to what I said, I never said it would stop. I said, build your immune system up. That is what I said. You hear what you want to hear. I said to you, and anybody can go back to the videos, and if they listen carefully, I never said any. I said, build your immune system up. That's what Sabir Bey said. Do not take what I said and run with that. So again, I said, I've been doing this over. Listen, I'm telling you about me again. Over 30 years, I've been doing this. With me, I can't speak for everybody else. I said me with my immune system. That's what I'm saying.
You can't build your immune system up, Sabir. Give us a source on that, Sabir. Don't talk me to death.
Brother, listen.
Say you can boost and build your immune system.
Brother.
Source up and shut up, Sabir.
Well, what you can do, Listen to me.
You're a world traveler.
Okay.
You're a world traveler. Give me a source from one of them places you went to that says that you can boost your immune system up, or protect it, or build up to the point where you can't get viruses to be a bag.
Okay, so your whole subject matter is white supremacy. That's what it is.
No, it's not. My whole subject matter is making sure flim flam don't come in our community.
That's who's the flim flam? The flim flam is in your community. With the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, they in your community. What the hell are you talking about?
Listen, I totally agree with you, and you're part of the problem, Sabir Bey.
What's the part of the problem? When I can hold up, and I'm going to cut this after this, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. But go ahead.
No, but Sabir, stay in your lane.
Brother, you don't know what my lane is. You don't know what my lane. It ain't about Moorish science, so that's why you mistaken.
I don't know about no Moorish science. You're not no Temple Moor. I know you. Stop it. What I'm saying is stay out of science. That's our lane.
Okay. So I guess I guess the Moorish science is more okay. All right. Listen, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you now. Listen. I love you. Listen, this is what I want you to do. Get your stuff together and everything. I want you to go to my videos. Everything that I said, I want you to tell me where I was wrong at step by step. That sound fair? You didn't. Well, then tell me. Hold up. Step by step, every video that I've done, I want you to point out where I was wrong at.
We can definitely do that, Sabir.
No, brother. Listen, I don't care how many times. Then keep my name out their mouth. It's fine with me. I'm not saying you, brother. Listen. Okay, but it's listen, and I thank you for that.
Now, hold on. Now, since you Raw Squad yourself to death, literally.
I don't care. I'm a man. I don't even listen, bro. I'm a man, and I don't even give a damn. I'm a man, brother. Let me make this clear for you. I'm a man. I don't fear none of that, bro. I'm a man. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm a man, bro.
This is not an attack on your being as a human being or as a black man. This is a correction of the misinformation that you're teaching.
Well, if I have misinformation, what you should do is go directly and tell me what's misinformation. You ain't tell me what's information yet.
I got you, you're right. I got you. I'm just saying you're too comfortable.
I'm very.
To make sure you uncomfortable.
Let me help you out, brother. And if you ever paid attention to my videos, I don't make myself comfortable. So don't ever think I'm comfortable. I make myself uncomfortable for a person. It's not even arrogant. How? You telling me about yourself, family? You can't tell me about me. Come on, man. We're gonna end this and we're gonna go forward. But brother, this is what I want you to do. I know of you. Do you know me?
Right. So guess what? I know of you, and what I'm saying is,
here you go.
You step out of line by dealing with science, matters of science.
If you think I'm stepping out of line, okay.
Stay in your lane, or get put in your lane. We're not talking about fighting.
It doesn't matter which way y'all flip. It doesn't matter which way you flip it.
We're not talking about fighting or arguing. We're simply talking about science and scientific literacy. What the COVID-19 is, what vaccines is, what science is. That's all we're talking about.
It's all do you do. Don't listen. Do you and I do me. So far as staying in the lane, don't ever tell me to stay in my lane. Do you and we do me. So Eddie, if you want to get at me, this is what you can do. I'm going to help you out.
See, anybody can't get it. Moors can't get it. Africans can't get it. And anti-vaxxers surely will get it. I appreciate you.
No doubt. Peace and love, family. But email me.
Listen, the way I think about you don't change. It's some parts of your game that I enjoy, right? But when it comes to the science, you're out of order there, bro.
No, he's not calling me and threatening me. He's not threatening me. I don't take kindly to threat. No, somebody said that. I don't listen. I don't take the threats, baby. And if I felt somebody was threatening me, believe me, it would be something. I'm gonna keep it funky. No, but somebody said that on here. I'm just responding. Okay.
You know, if I see you in person, it'd be the same way I seen you in person last time when you was in Atlanta down the West End.
And
and keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
But as all that black man fighting the black man in violence,
and that's what I be trying to squash. And that's what I be trying to squash. You follow me?
No, that's not it.
Okay.
We're bigger in our voices, but in real life, we wouldn't be talking this loud in real life to each other. So people watching, don't do that.
That's true. Don't do that. I agree with you. I agree with you. You went out. You went out, brother. You went out. Your sound went out. Your sound. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, but you didn't call me to threaten me. But my thing is that you can't tell a person to stay in their lane. Oh, you follow me? I'm not a dude that take kindly to threats. I am a real street nigga. I don't know about everybody else, but don't get it twisted. For real. I don't even care about none of that. But he's my brother, and I clearly understand what he's saying. But let them do what they do. And the only reason why I said that, and I'm glad he came on, because someone told me that they were saying my name. So I'm a man.
Now, bro, dude straight up lying, man. What happened? Well, somebody came in his chat and started talking about bring the Amara squad on, bring the Mossy Warrior clan on, bring the Dagger squad on, so they can give some real information. And
Yeah,
he just flipped
out. We were live then.
Right.
That person was in, they was on our stream, went over there when he went live and then came back.
Right. That's exactly what happened. Because after the live, I went back and watched it and seen where dude was in his chat saying all that. So after he said all that, he just flipped. He just lost. He got mad and he ain't like that. Yeah, man.
What messed me up though is he said we could go to any one of his videos and see where he was wrong point for point. We was just watching the video where he was wrong point for point. He was doing it in real time.
Yo, we 2 steps in.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing about no violence. I don't know where that came from. We ain't banging no other way except for intellectual. You can come and get this intellectual smoke anytime you want to, bro. And I ain't got no reason to come on there and talk to you. I don't want to have no conversation. Let's get to the sources, bro. I don't want to talk. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, all he want to do is talk though.
Yeah, Uncle on there Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's on there.
Had him hot. Had him pissed up over there. Nah, man, I want to finish this debate.
Yeah, my bad. I done had you switching video, bro. You can get back to it.
Nah, I wanted to hear that though. I must have just hung up when I went over there too.
I just told you what that word slave means, brother. It's slave means slave.
I just told you what the word slave means, brother. Slave means slave. Man, we've been on that.
My family was indentured service, but I talked to my grandmother, and I just told you she passed in 2004. 106 years old.
Does your bloodline run back to Africa?
But maybe it do.
Maybe
it could go back there, because if that's the case, we all do.
Where's the first man
brother?
created?
If that be the case, that would be Europeans then too, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh, come on.
They come out of the caves and hills of Europe.
Where did Europe at?
They was created through science.
Where is the?
They was created through science, brother.
Brother, hold up, brother. Hold up.
Come on, man. They was created through science. The God here can tell you that. I know you can tell us that.
We know this, brother, but you're talking about persons, where did it come from, and the disagreement with them.
We was always here.
We're not in disagreement with that, brother. The same science he got in the 5%, I got it too. We ain't in disagreement with none of this stuff here.
So can you trace your family history back to Africa?
I can trace my
which makes you an African.
Brother, I just told you how far I can go back with my grandmother, which my eldest set with me. My grandmother was 106. I'm just sharing with you.
So I just want to bring this out. They quick to use that white man law, but they won't use the science.
Brother, it's called.
And the fact is that as far as human beings being on this planet, that when it comes, it ain't even a debate no more.
Right.
The evidence is so overwhelming. Again, when you look at the pyramid, it means that they had to been dealing with that science much longer than anybody else, which enabled them to create such a massive and shocking monument as the Great Pyramid of Khufu. That alone shows you that Africa was there much longer than anybody else. But let me bring this out there, Marcus Garvey. Let me read this.
You're not disagreeing with that.
But you trying to make a child equal with his mother. That's what I have a problem with.
Brother, I'm not
Mayan, Olmec, even though I said Olmec is African.
I said African.
Can I read Marcus Garvey since they said where Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey said on page 57 of the Philosophy and Opinions, some of us believe that this slave race of ours will live in the United States of America and in the future again become lawmakers for the white race or our slave masters of 60 years ago. Nothing of the kind has happened in all human history. There is not one instance where a slave race living in the same country within the same bounds as the race of masters that enslaved them and being in numbers less than the race of masters has ever yet ruled and governed the masters. It has never been so in history, and it will never be so in the future. This is right out of Marcus Garvey. Nigga, don't tell me about no paragraph up under your bed you left home over a Lucky Leroy house or something, man. Come, this is his work. Why would you come and usurp this man's work with some information you can't even bring to the people?
Brother, let me tell you something.
This is his works, man.
Any more that may be looking at this.
This is his works.
And any more that may be looking at
Marcus
this.
Garvey said it, said he didn't say it. I just repeated.
Now, any more that may be looking at this DVD, they can go directly to Temple number 11 on the wall. And if I can get that copy when I get back in Detroit, I will bring it to you and show you what Noble Drew Ali visited him. Brother,
philosophy and opinion, I will not believe that Marcus Garvey would say something to that magnitude.
All right, I want you to make that point again. What did Marcus Garvey say, brother?
What happened? Noble Drew Ali visited Marcus Garvey when he was in jail. I was chilling. When he was in jail, and he advised all the Garveyites to go to the Moorish Science Temple of America about uniting. We have to unite, brother. It's about uniting. It's not about
separation. Hold up, say that again, because I was distracted. Marcus Garvey?
Noble Drew Ali went to go visit him in jail when he was locked up. You remember he was locked up, and advised all the Garveyites. Anybody who's from Temple number 11, if we can get those copies, and I'm going to have it when I go to Detroit, he advised all of the Garveyites to go to the Moorish Science Temple.
I don't agree with that.
That's on you.
You know what?
I'll bring it to
he
you.
He could say that, but that don't mean Marcus Garvey did that.
I just want to clarify that a lot of these.
But you know what? It's possible Noble Drew Ali could have went and said that. That don't mean Marcus Garvey went ahead and did that.
We don't know. We weren't around.
But a lot of what I want to say is that a lot of these teachings that is in this book was after he got out of jail. I just want to clarify that.
And he don't talk about
it's not in there. But the thing is, if you go get Race First by Tony Martin, he writes in there that a lot of the top members of the UNIA was begging that Marcus Garvey could be let back into the Americas because they was upset that the Moors was hounding their members. And it's in the Negro Speaks was the writing of Marcus Garvey. He has it in there that it was documented. It got the date of the manuscript. It got the year of the manuscript. That the top members of the UNIA was begging that Marcus Garvey be let back into America so he could defend his organization. And again, I want to say that a lot of teachings in this book were after he got out of prison. I didn't get in here, man. Anything that Marcus Garvey wanted to leave his people, he left in this book, man.
Brother Seti, let me ask you this question. We're going to move on. Brother Seti.
Yes, sir.
We talked about the Moors fighting on the side of Hannibal. Whatever happened to that situation?
Well, I was studying under Runoko Rashidi because, one of the Moors brought that out on me.
Oh, man.
He brought it out on me. So he was saying that the Moors fought alongside Hannibal.
Hannibal was the Carthaginian Moor.
Okay, and now you want to say he's a Carthaginian Moor. Okay,
you are making everybody
my God.
When you got on the phone with somebody, you want me to get on the phone with somebody from Tunisia?
No, you got to show documents.
Brother, you know where I'm coming from, brother. If I showed you this stuff, you still wouldn't believe it if I showed you.
No,
I have to go further.
We can go further than that.
We can go.
All right, I don't know the word play though. But what Runoko was saying is that they fought alongside him, and for some reason they broke the alliance. So I went into J.A. Rogers' book, and the leader of those so-called Moors was Masinasius. And Masinasius was in love with Hannibal's sister.
And you can go and do this research, brother.
Brother, he said
he was in love with
J.A. Rogers.
I don't see you writing nothing down, brother.
I have J.A. Rogers, but he's not acknowledging J.A. Rogers. If I bring it up, he's going to say.
But I got other works but I'm giving the people something that they can go latch on to right immediately. I could go get other texts, but I'm not going to go get some of the text. Like some of this text is Masonic.
Carry on, 7th.
But he was in love with Hannibal's niece. And he thought that by helping Hannibal, that in the end he would be allowed to marry the woman. But come to find out, the woman was married to someone else. And when he came back from the areas where they was fighting and found out, he felt betrayed. So the Moors, seeing that he was in that state of mind, they came to him and they offered him a deal to side against Hannibal. Scipio Africanus and Masinasius fought against Hannibal. Masinasius.
Is that true, brother?
The leader of the Moors.
Stop.
Renoco Rashid.
Brother, I know Renoco Rashid, and I just saw him a couple months ago.
Did he say it?
He speaks about the Moors highly, and he explains the
Did he say it in the video? Did he not say it in the video?
Did the Moors fight against Hannibal?
Right now, let's go back, because it's like it's redundant, because we keep repeating the same thing. I said to you, the same thing that happened then is going on right now. You just said that they can go to you and say X, Y, and Z to go against this person right there. The same thing is happening. So what I'm saying is let's not repeat the same thing.
Man,
brother, we dealing with history, man, for the children, brother.
History, though,
no, this tape is going all over the world.
True,
brother Moorish, Brooklyn Intelligence.
Not to happen.
Do you have any information on Hannibal being portrayed by the Moors?
Oh my gosh,
man. Now,
this is document. We got to document the history, brother.
I got it, but it's cool. But I'm just saying that we got to still don't try to keep pausing it, brother. Every time
I'm zooming in.
Something
I'm not pausing that.
The story that he mentioned about Hannibal being betrayed, that's a true story.
Okay.
However, you
brother Sabir, see,
I agree with
this is what we're saying, brother.
Done. Listen,
stop trying to put shit over the rug. Stop trying to cover shit up.
We're not
trying to get this history out.
Continue, man.
Continue.
Go ahead, brother.
The story that he mentioned, that's correct. Anybody could go and research that story. What you yourself would not agree with was that Hannibal himself was a Moor. He is known by the Moors as Hannibal Barca Bey.
Okay,
man, come on now.
So the thing that what you don't understand in that period of time, even Carthage, we was fighting against ourselves. They wasn't wearing feathers like that on the other side in Pale Greek and Pale Rome. I
never read anything where Hannibal was a Moor or he stated to be a Moor.
Of course you're not.
Man, listen, they done done the archaeological research, man. They went all through Carthage, which they call Carthage, and they went down in the tombs, they went down in the graves, and they found that their earrings, their symbols was Egyptian. Carthage was nothing but an extension of the Nile Valley. That's all it was. They had arcs. They had Keperas.
There's no.
Their priesthood was designed just like George M. James. It was designed off of the priesthood in the Nile.
It's not being Kemites, brother. We're not arguing that. You making it seem like we're arguing that they're not.
There's no separation.
No, I ain't gonna let you get away with that.
You ain't gotta let me get away with anything, brother.
The Nile Valley were not Moors.
You ain't gotta get away with anything.
They were not Moors.
You read George M. James, right?
I read it.
Read the part where he said the Moors kept up with
before you even read that.
But I look for it while you explain it.
George M. James, he himself was a Mason. And Dr. Yusuf Ben Yakin said that he learned from George M. James. So for one, George M. James couldn't even say certain things because he already took an oath. That was partly part of his fault. Ivan Van Sertima made Golden Age of the Moors with a red cover to do with what? The Moorish flag, which is over 10,000 to 50,000 years old. Who was funding him?
Document that,
certain things that some of these
50,000.
Document that.
Don't just say
document that.
You're trying to you could do the research. For example,
we'll send me somewhere to get it. Where is it?
Okay, look on the map. Look on the map. Look on the map. You will see on the Nile River. You see Cairo and you see Memphis. Over here on the Mississippi River, you will.
All right, guess what?
Hold up. Let him finish.
Go ahead.
If you look on the Mississippi River, you also see Cairo. You also see Memphis.
So how old is the Moorish flag?
If you go to the Grand Canyon,
you
also see pyramids, hieroglyphics, ancient Latin and Arabic, because we were the same people on the both same side of the coast.
So how old is the Moorish flag again?
10,000 to 50,000 years old.
Come on, man.
Come on, what?
Stop that.
These are your ancestors. I'm about to go to it. I got it mapped out. I'm gonna bring. Here you go. It speaks about the Moors. It says that as such, the people of North Africa were the neighbors of the Egyptians and became the custodians of Egyptian culture. Custodian don't mean you are the author. Okay, then I'm gonna go.
That, brother.
Okay, then. That's what I'm talking about. Chronology.
Go to custodian.
Okay, then.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Hey,
that means he's a Mason too.
That means you can be adopted. Your adopted parent can be your custodian.
That means he's a Mason.
Wait a minute, don't you go on the wordplay, but I'm going to.
You said he was a Mason, brother.
Through which they spread through considerable portions of Africa, Asia Minor, and Europe. Okay, during the occupation of Spain, the Moors displayed with considerable credit the grandeur of African culture and civilization. Okay, then. But what wait a minute, I'm gonna keep going. I ain't gonna read it all because just a couple of paragraphs. The schools and libraries which they established became famous throughout the medieval world. Science and learning was cultivated and taught. The schools of Cordoba, Toledo, Seville, Saragossa attained such celebrity that they, like their parent, Egypt, attracted students from all parts of the Western world. So that's what I'm getting at again. And he clearly defines it, that Egypt is the mother. You trying to say that they were Moors when they're not. Brother. He said they came in around the 8th century.
You're talking about Egypt.
In the 8th century AD.
Yes, brother, but you hear what Egypt is what? What does Egypt mean? Are they talking about the people or are they talking about the land? Egypt is what? What does Egypt mean? Black land. That's what it means. The soil, the land. So what's the name of the people?
He's using the word Egypt, but it was called Kemet.
But what I'm saying, I don't care if you say Kemet. Kemet still means black land or soil.
Egypt don't actually mean. Egypt was named. Listen, Egypt came from Egyptian coast, which was named after Ptah. It was named after the soul and mansion of a Kemet.
I'm telling you right now.
Kemet.
Brother.
Wait a minute. Kemet is one thing. Egypt was not taken from Kemet. It was taken from Ptah.
I know all that.
Ptah was a bat.
What you call a pygmy? I asked you the land or the people. Which one? Are you talking about the land or the people?
How can you separate the land and the people?
Brother, because I can be here. You just said it just now. You said, this was America. But
boy, y'all do some acrobatics, man. Boy, y'all some acrobatics.
You better do
boy, y'all do. The brother said, listen, he says, and he gives you chronology.
Listen, go ahead.
In the 8th century AD.
You're trying to go over here with this bullcrap.
In the 8th century AD. Wait a minute now. Let's keep respect here, man. Let's keep respect.
You have respect too.
Because you saying what I'm saying is bullshit. All right, man. Come on, man.
I don't have to cuss to get my point.
Wait a minute. Keep your hand that way.
I got my
Keep your hand that way.
All right, but come on, let's move on.
All right. Keep your hand over there now.
You like the cuss to get the
right, man.
Look, Seti wasn't going for that shit. That's what they was about to hit right there.
North Africa invaded Spain and took with them the Egyptian culture, which they have preserved. I'm through with it. Now
you heard that?
I'm through with it.
Can I address that?
Go ahead. You can address it, but I'm through with it. I ain't got no more argument.
All right. Now, once again, we're dealing with somewhere in a certain longitude in the east, in the region that we call Africa. Once again, we're only in one particular place. We act like there's nothing else happening in none of the other 6 continents on the entire planet. Were there forests there and birds and dinosaurs and that's it?
I got a question.
The thing that we're only dealing with a certain
I'm just trying to figure
region.
out. Go ahead.
The next thing that
Sabir uncomfortable. Look, he's standing up and shit.
Yeah, the Egyptians were escaping because of the invasion and the mixing. So when they went into Spain, they magically called themselves Moors now?
You know what a sister brought out, Drusilla Dungy Houston. She was saying that the so-called Asiatics, anytime the Asiatic came into Egypt, all he did was destroy. Every time you see someone that come to help Egypt, first and foremost, who unified? Kemet, Tamari, Nama. Then it fell apart. Who came second? Mentuhotep, out of the south. Then when it fell out again under the Hyksos, who came to deliver it? Amos, out of the south. Then when it fell down again, who came again? Ta'aka, Pianki. If they was a part of the Nile Valley, where was the help? All of the attacks was coming from Asia. The first people to really come in, the Hyksos and the Persians, they destroyed more temples in Lower Kemet than we can even count.
So there was the Nubians going into Egypt and having wars also?
Listen, look at Pianki and Ta'aka. When they came down, even though they was warned, look at Pianki. They built at the Grand Lodge. They didn't destroy the temple. There is no record of the Nubians. Matter of fact, even though they was beefing, look at Ramesu, who built Abu Simbel in Nubia. They built temples. You can't show where the Nubians and Egyptians were destroying each other's temple. They did not. But when the Persians came in and the Asiatics came in, all they did was destroy the temples. I'm a brother of the craft of Amun-Ra. I took my oath on sacred ground that I will always be here to defend my people. The enemy, if you see this hat in Africa or anywhere else, if they can't make a distinction between our enemies and we on the battlefield, you don't have to stop to ask if a snake is poisonous. If you see a snake, then you take a snake's head. If you in Africa, do any research, anytime a nigga befriended a cracker in Africa, he wore that hat. And if we go to war in Africa, anybody you see with that hat on, take their head.
Can I say something?
That's my bottom line. Right. And that ain't an attack on my brother as my brother. But if we on the battlefield, ain't no way we gonna stop to ask somebody is you down.
Why don't we go to war with the police that's doing it with the brothers?
Them too.
All right, Sabir, the question I have for you is this here, brother. Spaceships. What is your opinion on spaceships? Do you believe in spaceships?
No, that's somewhere else.
What about you, brother?
Moorish, we could go to anywhere in North America, Hawaii, Australia, Egypt, Central America, South America, Africa. We ourselves were making so-called crafts and flying around the planet. In the temple of, I forgot the name of the temple, that Star Wars, South America, Africa. We ourselves were making so-called crafts and flying around the planet. In the temple of Egypt, Central America, South America, Africa, we ourselves were making so-called crafts and flying around the planet. In the temple of, I forgot the name of the temple, that Star Wars is after, you could see the actual glyphs of crafts.
And what temple is this?
Abydos. I'm not really
Again,
sure.
brothers and sisters, no spacecrafts in Abydos. I was there 3 times.
I'm not sure.
You got to understand that I got many pictures where the air is over there carved. And they will create images. They got skills now. They've been over there for a minute. So they stay over there chilling with all our brothers and sisters, even Ashra Quasi, we got them on tape. You think we're going to go over there and see our enemy in action and then going to come back here and debate that we didn't see what we saw?
The question I have for you.
That man carved that in that wall.
Let me clear up my point. Once again,
he carved that in the wall.
I'm not sure on the temple, but anywhere you could go in any continent, you will see crafts chiseled in stone. Go to South America. Once again, we're only concentrating on Africa, but we don't know what's carved in on South America.
Can I ask you a question? When you go to Kemet or any Nile, you can go into Nubia. You look on the walls, you see the Ankh.
Well, the next time you go, brother Seti, let me know. I'll go with you, man.
Thousands. I'm going this shit. You see thousands of Ankhs. All the symbols, you see thousands of them on every temple. Why they gonna always go to one little carving on one temple, hid up in a beam so far up you couldn't even see it? If it was relevant to the ancient Egyptians, they wrote it all over all temples. It wouldn't be no mystery. But they're gonna take you and you can see. I done the research how they carved it in there.
So all these, so we can make pyramids, but we can't make flying crafts.
So, brother Brooklyn, what I'm saying to you is that
hold on. You can go in some places of the Sahara, some places of Palestine and Pakistan, and somewhere in what they call the so-called Middle East, and you will see residue of nuclear bombings, nuclear warfare that we was doing.
Okay, brother.
So we
brother
had
Moorish,
so-called crafts.
You see how you can defend the spaceships? My question to you is, if you can believe in spaceships, why is it so goddamn hard for you to believe in the slave ships?
Can I answer that question?
Yes, sir.
Once again, you are given these Europeans too much
No.
credit.
No. I ain't even talking about the European. I'm saying, why is it hard for you to believe in slave ships, but you can believe in spaceships?
It's not hard for me to so-called believe in so-called slave ships.
So-called. Listen to what you just said.
Your point right here, y'all.
It doesn't exist. When you say
so-called doesn't mean that.
Well, what does so-called mean?
That's a good question.
Okay.
So-called mean that's what we call it, but it doesn't mean what it is.
Right.
Listen, okay, so can I?
Right. So, like I said, it doesn't exist.
Hey, man,
what we call it.
Jump off, man. We ain't gonna get no help from them, man.
So-called doesn't mean it
just
doesn't
letting the
exist.
people know. If you jump off, you ain't gonna get no help from the Moors. Just being real, you ain't gonna get no help.
I said you ain't gonna get nothing from these so-called Negroes neither. Then shit, you want to separate the people.
I'm making it clear. We in the conversation between me and you. I'm gonna deal with that. I don't show no mercy on none of them. Yeah. But we in the conversation right now, and I'm very clear that if it's an outbreak of mass confusion, which causes us to go to war with this Peckerwood, that the Moors ain't gonna give us no help, and more likely you're gonna see many of them on the same side.
Brother Seti,
history has shown.
I want you to tell him, Brother Seti, tell Brother Sabir Bey and Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence what a Moor called you on the phone and said to you, brother, about what's the brother that got shot 50 times in Brooklyn?
No, well, he didn't call me. It was Professor Ourself.
Oh, Professor.
He made a video saying that the brother, what's his name?
Sean Bell.
Was a lawful murder. Yeah, he made a video.
No, he didn't.
Man, come on, man. He was saying it on it that it was a lawful murder.
Hold up. He said Moore said that?
He was a Moor.
Hold up, bro.
What he said on his video that.
Oh, you saw it too?
Yeah, it was a justifiable.
Right. See?
Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up. It was a justifiable murder due to the fact that he was property.
Oh, come on, man.
You was doing good. You said what he said. That's what he said.
Right.
Indeed.
That's what he said.
I respect you.
Right.
He was property.
That's a person, man, that is very, very ignorant. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can't judge all the more for what someone. I know what I do.
Understand. I took it as this. He himself wasn't saying that he agreed that it was justifiable according to the law of the land. It was justifiable.
To add on what the brother is saying,
because he was.
I've seen the video, and
I didn't see it.
To add on to what he was saying was that he was saying that since he was property of law, the whole court case, if you knew law, it was a sham, because here in New York on ABC News, they were attorneys saying that we already knew what the result was going to be, that the police was going to get off.
We see it right now.
If you know law and watch the whole court case, you know that the judge being a judge and a jury, what's that called? What's that called, Sabir?
Conflict of interest.
Okay, because the so-called attorneys, which are basically brokers and the go-between, they are agents that look just like you and me, but they went against their own particular brother. They wasn't wearing fezzes. They went against their brother and helped them be trapped into the system, because Sean Bell and their family, no disrespect, they didn't know law and they put their trust in somebody else. That's just the ignorance. We're not talking about a shooting or whatever. If a police officer shoot one of our brothers, we have to go out, whether he's a Moor, not a Moor, 5% or anything like that.
And I just said that. Didn't we just have this conversation? I said, if that was...
That's damaging, though. That's damaging, man, for that man's mother to go online, brother, unaware of that information, and that brother say that. But you have to eat, the woman grieving, you got to talk to people in a way that they might want to.
And I think that's something particular. I'm not even going to speak on it. He has to be here to defend himself.
I'm just saying what he said.
I'm just saying, I know he said he was property, and if you look at it,
that's what I built.
If you look at it in the eyes of this law,
right,
we are property within the United States. It's like you go to the store, you throw down, you buy something. It's property. He said they killed 3/5 of a human.
See, this is the thing about. I said this. I said instead of us keep saying the same thing that's happened, and I'm an active Seti with a lot of this stuff, and I do radio and I expose a lot of this stuff. I got phone calls from people from LA from dealing with some stuff with Sean Bell right now. Most Moors don't get involved in this, but what happened? We got to stop saying police brutality, because it's not. It's like brutality is like a brute. You could break up a camera.
So what is
but
it?
It's terrorism. Police terrorism.
I agree with
so
that too.
as laws of the books, it's called
both.
terroristic threats, right? Mm-hmm. This is what we have to start pushing. But again, these cowards that look like us, that don't wear feathers are not going to push that out here because they know 99% of the population are very ignorant.
And at the same time, like even when you're dealing with the Sean Bell, they had an attorney.
Who works with them?
Attorney duty, and any attorney can tell you their duty is to the courts first.
It's not to you.
It's to the courts first.
I understand that. That's why I'm saying, man, we got to step out of this white man's
That's
system.
why I asked the question. What is the
solution? That's why I said though.
And you know what it is about. That's
we go to war. We go to war.
The nationality. That's what nationality is for.
That's how it is.
Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X.
Say they black. You don't claim black. Right. I guarantee you. That's right. I'll be the first one on the line.
Believe it. Because it's guaranteed that it's our time.
That's right.
If you don't never step, if you don't never see, if we keep talking, see, he's okay. The brother say he's proper. I'm not gonna jump through the hoop. The white man is a beast,
right?
And that's his nature.
Definitely.
See, we word playing. He's in law, and the cracker's a beast. He's been a beast, just like homosexuality. I can go and show you the Greeks and Romans always was laying with babies.
We said,
but then when they went in the Catholic Church, they got busted. They act like, oh, what like it was something new.
But my thing is this. If they using their law against us, we have to turn and switch the tables back on them to where it'll create a stand like we got to go to war and we be ready for war.
But you know what Marcus Garvey said? He said you got to have a precedent. If you want to do the law, you got to have a precedent.
I was in the law. I was in court the other day visiting somebody.
Okay.
And remember I called you? I literally saw how the judge was playing them out.
Right.
Literally. And nobody knew what all they were saying. Guilty. Okay, I'm guilty. Come back to court.
And that's what they do, right? Say
that. But if you go out there and defend yourself,
and know
what you took,
they'll give you a gateway out because what happens is that they don't want the masses of the people to understand what's going on. Even when I was in court, yes, they did what they was trying to do. But what it was, I was not talking to them. I was talking to the people to see what was going on. Even when they tried to hold me in contempt when I was telling them they didn't have contempt power. They play this little game because it's a show.
Monopoly.
They have to play this. They have to play it up to say, look, we can't let the rest of them know they can get away with this. We got to keep this thing going. You expose everything, all of it.
And people be like, oh, I didn't know that. If I know that, then I wouldn't be in this courtroom. They wouldn't be getting no money.
Don't
all
think
about money.
Yeah, don't think
that's how brothers. That's all the judge was doing. That's all he was doing.
All he was doing. That's it.
Guilty or not guilty.
My job is to
You're not guilty. We'll come back to trial in 2 weeks.
But you know what? I keep going back to the masters, like Malcolm. And Malcolm being in Africa, and he's seeing the revolutionary movements that was going on. Mm-hmm. It ain't one nation in Africa that got its independent working through the white man law. The Mau, when they did what they did, I believe them that they knew exactly how to get free. When Patrice Lumumba did his thing and over there in the Congo, that's why they killed him. I believe he had the right answer. That's why they did him the way that they did it. You understand what I'm saying? When Winnie Mandela was down there in South Africa, putting them ties around their necks, setting them on fire for snitching, going to the white man, working through his system.
Let me tell you something.
I believe that she knew exactly what she was doing, and I believe her that she had the answer. She just didn't have enough people to back her up.
Okay, let's bring it up now. How many of our people now is backing Cynthia McKinney? How many of our people right now is backing this sister, not claiming anything, but being a sister that is actually taking food to the Palestinians and getting a boat ran into her? How many of our sisters stepping out? Are we going to step outside right now and start knocking them off? When I heard about the brother that's getting shot in LA,
she's taking food to the Palestinians.
She need to be taking it to Zimbabwe.
That's what I'm talking about.
Brother, but still, she's doing something.
No, that's not doing something for us, though, brother.
See, even when you go to Palestinian,
see, we are people.
When you go to Palestine, it's brothers there that look just like us. But they don't show that. They don't show that.
We know that. But we are always a people that's always helping everybody else.
But I'm saying, then you do something.
You never see the Palestinians. Brother, I am doing something every day, brother.
But brother, when you just told me about your family, if we have family members in these positions, let's drill their behinds. Let's drill them and talk about, yo, what are you talking about? I might have to take your head. My family member said that's working for them. Seriously, that's real rap. When I came here, listen, I try to be diplomatic with some things, but I'm like, damn, boy, if they shot a brother on the ground, man, just start shooting these Europeans. How many brothers going to do that? But they'll turn a gun on each other.
Well, they just killed a young brother just killed a police officer right in my city outside Detroit.
So what goes around comes around. That's what
I ain't gonna say he popped him, but
why not?
No, not on tape. We ain't saying it on tape.
You don't respect. He say everything else. Let's say it.
But my thing is
come on, man.
The defense got my man's in his hands. A certain thing. You got to be smart about war.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's an art of war.
Certain way that you do it. Thank you.
We have to do it
that's
like
all
this.
I'm saying.
Just like you said, with the brother that happened out in Cali. We have to forget. Okay, let's put. This is my personal opinion, and yeah, I'm going to say it. Put all the black, the white, the African issue to the side, and let's go down there and handle our business. Bottom line, and then that other stuff come down the line. But right now, you could be the next one. We could walk out of his house
out the door right now, and it can happen.
That's
and my thing is, just say it like this: if it happened to you, how many of us would stand up for it?
Right.
You see what I mean? That's why I asked that question. What's the solution instead of no? And people feed off this. And you put this on YouTube. Watch how and I'm gonna say it, devils, these white crackers, whatever you want to call them, they're gonna eat off this.
They don't want to see us in a room
together. Look at these monkeys. Look at see what I mean? They can't even get along.
Yep.
And they're gonna eat it up.
But see, the thing is about the art of war. Sometimes you fiend chaos. I'm not playing no game. You fiend chaos to make him think that we can't get along.
True.
And all the time we moving step 2, 3, 4, unbeknown of him, unbeknown of what we doing. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, fiending chaos there, it's good at times. That's an art of war. But listen, it's Africans right now on the continent that is fighting for their liberation. And a lot of people just see the negativity they put on TV. Man, them brothers and sisters over there scrapping. And all they need is help. You understand? If something jump off in America, we're going to need outside help. Bottom line, because the one thing we know, we ain't got enough. We got heaters. But damn, when them bullets run out, you can't go to Kmart to re-up.
That's right.
So you're going to have to, excuse me, my brother. We're going to have some outside help that got their own capability. Look at Hamas. Who you think? They them little lowly Arabs over there, they can't even afford to buy a loaf of bread, but they shoot missile after missile after missile. Where they getting them from? Iran. Iran is funding Hamas. Iran is funding and United States is funding Israel. That's what's going on.
Now, that's the question I have for you, or you. Either one of y'all can answer this. What is the tie that Israel have with America? That America is all over their ass. Whatever they do, like Israel can't do no wrong.
They have what?
Even your president right now, your elected president, says he supports Israel, Barack Obama.
It's not my president, though.
What is it that Israel have on America?
If you do the history, what they have is what we don't have, which is unity. So it doesn't matter where they are on the planet. Nope. Basically, you have one out in the open Jew and another undercover Jew helping each other behind the scenes. So that's what's going on. They have what we don't have, unity.
Listen, if you study geography, you understand that one of the reasons why Egypt was so powerful in the ancient world, because you look at that waterway over there. You got the Red Sea and you got the Mediterranean Sea, which means that Egypt can launch boats from off the Red Sea to go to India, go to the Asiatic nations, and then it had a front on the Mediterranean to deal with Europe. And because it had that, it sits right there in the center of those so-called continents, it controlled world trade. And they got that Suez Canal up through there where they can ship oil right up out, they can come right out the Persian Gulf and shoot right up the Red Sea, go through the Suez Canal and go through the Mediterranean. That's how they wanted to attack Saddam Hussein. They wanted to come from the north of Turkey and then come up through the south of Iraq, through Basra, up in that area. But Turkey denied them. They took all them ships, went right through the Suez Canal, took them right up into the Persian Gulf. It's sitting in the center of the earth. As far as geographical trade, economic trade, if you don't go through the Suez Canal, what do? You got to sail all the way around Africa.
Do you want me to read this, Senator?
You got to sail all the way around Africa.
All right, I want you to read that, and then I'm going to Brooklyn Intelligence to make his closing statement or argument. Yeah, brother.
It says the origin of the word Moor. It says 46 BC, the Roman army entered West Africa where they encountered black Africans whom they called Maroons.
All right.
From the Greek. Hold up. I'm not.
I want to break it down as we go through.
We're going to go through, read it all, and I can remember everything that you're saying. Maroons. It says from the Greek adjective maroons, meaning dark or black. Chandler Wayne B. The Moor's light of dark Europe, dark age, right? And it says the Webster's World Dictionary identifies Moors as of Muslim people of mixed Arab and Berber descent. This deletion of black or Negro from the term Moor is generally recent, though the word Moor originally seems to have been meant to indicate blacks. Yes, in its time came to apply to Muslims in general, especially the Berbers.
Now, do you understand that, brother?
46 BC.
What I'm saying is that you always referring people.
But what did they say? 46 BC, right?
Yes, but what I'm saying is you always referring people to the Webster's English Dictionary.
Okay.
Go back down to that part and where he defines what Moor means. And tell me that's what you are.
I'm showing you what it is. It said identify any Muslim actually, mixed Arab or Berber descent, this deletion of black or Negro.
So is that what you are? A mixed Arab?
Bruh, no, bro. That's them. They're the amalgamated ones. This is just one dictionary. Hold up, brother. One dictionary.
It's a Webster too.
Listen,
and you always tell people to go to Webster.
What on the unabridged dictionary says that it says a Moor is a descendant. It says the African or the Negro,
right?
Black in another unabridged dictionary.
Right. But my point to you, brother Sabir, is you always referring people to the Webster's.
So what is the problem?
What I'm saying is you can't have it both ways.
What is the problem?
So is that what you are? Are you an Arab mixed breed?
I'm the original.
Because that's what it says in the Webster's dictionary.
Let me correct you, brother. I am the original Arab. And if you know anybody, my man just came on for my rack and he said, "We see them brothers over there.
You are the original Arab.
If you see the,
but you can't say you are original African.
Why not? Who's arguing that they not, man?
Brother, we've been arguing all day about you ain't no African.
You never heard me. You can replay this. Anybody can say. You never heard me say I was not an African.
All right, we ain't gonna get back off to the argument.
Brother,
your closing statement, brother Moorish, Brooklyn Intelligence. I was light on you the last time we had the meeting, brother.
You ain't
I had to come hard,
brother.
So, brother Moorish, Brooklyn Intelligence, your closing statement, brother.
All right, my closing statement, like I mentioned before, like a couple of minutes and young ago. A sister said that we all have pieces of the puzzle. If we backtrack any group, 5%, a Nation of Islam, Black Panther, Bloods and Crip, any movement, we all have pieces of society and government. So if you want to deal with society and government structure, come to the Moors. We have the military, Panthers. We have the Crips and Bloods out here. We got the refinement stage. The Nation of Islam got the international ministers and stuff like that. What's keeping us from having a government within a government, a nation within a nation, is that we're not coming together in unity. And real unity is political power and balance. We're arguing here, but who is arguing on the international stage?
International stage.
And how do you argue on the international stage?
You don't argue. You come for war, goddammit.
No,
you got to come for war.
No
because
problem.
They ain't trying to hear no argument. If you ain't got no goddamn army, they don't give a damn about what you say.
Brother, we do
You win
army.
battles with wars. Dr. John Henry Clark said they took Africa in blood, and the only way we're going to get it back is in blood.
Listen, I was looking at Tupac before we came up here. Pac said, "You want to be a thug?" He said, "But what about y'all being thugs and start a revolution and build your own country? You want to be a character. This is what we want. We want to be characters, man. Come on, man, be for real. Let's do it. Let's not rap about it. Let's just do it. We have the military, brother.
Now head right in there with your closing argument, your statement, brother.
I don't have it. We just unity, man. I'm about unity, brother. And
you want to make a closing argument?
I just want to say I'm glad to be a part of this whole thing right here.
Okay.
Glad to meet you, brother.
And I love to do more with Seti.
Okay, Brother Seti, any closing arguments? Statement?
Brother, I mean, I'm on the spot, and you know, my elders gonna make sure that I live out my oath. You understand? Our peoples, while we in here debating, our peoples is out here dying. They've been dying, and I can't come in here and just give you no one solution because you know a lot of our great elders came here and they wasn't able to pull it off. So don't put it on me that I can come up in here with the major solution. But what I can say is all this other shit we done tried. That I can tell you. Try something new. We are Africans. We have always been Africans. And if Africa, our mother, is in turmoil, I don't care where you at on the planet, you're going to be in turmoil. Mm-hmm. You got to free your mother in order to get any type of peace on this planet. The resources of Africa conform. If you want to live in America, I'm all right with that. Africans came here. I'm not debating that. But they always had the ability to go back home. They knew if they couldn't get it right, they could go back home. United States backs Europe. If anybody attacks Europe, they will attack without no discussion. They will send all the arms that they got over there to defend Europe. And they don't have no argument like that. If China gets into a war, the Chinese will get up out of America and go home and fight for Mother China. You even got Jews. Look at Bloomberg. He went right on over to Israel.
That's right.
How can I help you? They don't have those. So if you got to have a center. My center is Africa. And that means I will help the Haitian because I look at him as an African. The Jamaicans, the brothers and sisters over in Asia and the Americas, we Africans because we come from one center. And that way I can help. But if you coming from a different center, I'm gonna be real. There's no way I can work with you. There's no way that I can work with you. And it ain't that I don't, you know, I got no hate for the brother. I'm just being real. We done been here, we done that. The young brothers and sisters out here who ain't got nowhere to stay, ain't got nothing to eat, ain't got no home, they don't want to hear this. And it don't make no difference if you know law, if you know history, if you know whatever science or art you want to put out here. It's going to come down to us seeing this beast. When he feared, like what they did to that brother, if they knew that we would nut up and burn this whole nation down,
that's right,
they wouldn't do what they do. But they executed the boy on TV.
But see,
wait a minute, that was my last thing. They executed that brother on TV. They should have been scared to even attempt something like that. We got to put fear back off in all races. I don't care nothing about no Asiatics, no Indians, none of them. Because they all have plotted on our people. You got Indians from India down in South Africa right now. Talking about Gandhi. Gandhi was a damn racist. He didn't even want to sit with the Africans on the train. When you watch the movie, he didn't even want to sit with the Africans on the train because he saw that the Africans were underneath him. So we always claiming melanated people. I don't agree with that word. I don't agree with the term colored. I don't agree with nothing. African. And if it ain't the right term, we'll get it right later on. But right now, everybody in the world, young Africans, young blacks, they identify with that word. So we're not about to spin them with, if we know a little science about the origin, that's cool. But for a young black man or a young black woman that just might happen to see this video, may never ever see another video, we're not going to make them jump through no hoop. We give them Africa, they can go straight to the map and know exactly where it's at. If they're in Haiti, they can do the same thing. So we are African people. We're going to have to fight for our women, the Hebrew Israelites. I'm on y'all next because y'all disrespect black women like, nigga, you ain't got no conscience. And we are not going to continue to let people disrespect our mother. The reason why a lot of people can't respect Africa is the same reason why they can't respect the black woman. No respect for Africa. None whatsoever. So on that, I draw the line. I'm African centered. I believe in Marcus. I believe in Dr. Ben. I believe in Dr. Clark. I believe in Malcolm X. I believe everything, most of what they say. And I will follow them before I follow anyone else. Arm yourself with knowledge, and that means warfare too. Be prepared to go to war anytime. Right now, we are all unprepared in this room right now. If the cracker busts in here, he'll take us off. Bottom line. And you know why? They say when you not prepared, you scared. And I'll be real. If they bust in, what we gonna do? And because we nervous about it, we don't want to entertain that thought. We'll go do something else. But if we was heated and we knew we could bring fire to them, we would be more eager. When I was lifting weights, I would lift weights. And I had got up to about 3 plates. Matter of fact, I was at 350. I was feeling vigorous. It gives you that esteem, you know what I'm saying? But when I had went down, you know, I didn't feel like that. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to do the same thing with our knowledge. We got to do the same thing with arming ourselves. And we got to stretch our hands across these waters to Haiti. We talking about sovereignty. Look at Haiti, sovereign nation. Niggas ain't did nothing for Haiti. Ain't did nothing. I mean, the Kraken went in and retook it.
Can real quick before you close out?
Hold on, because the camera's not over there yet. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna go right back to you.
So what I'm saying is, we got opportunities where we run in the land. We got the land. We 99.9% of the population, and we won't do nothing for the Haitians, man, to maintain that island. Nigeria, Congo, all in Africa, man. We got the ability to go over there and lend our support, and we don't do it. Ain't no crackers in the land. They might be coming in as CIA to fund a few niggas at the top to destroy the nation, but we can go in there and offset that, but we don't do that. We talk about, man, as long as the white man is doing good, we doing bad. Long as America is up, we're doing bad. So I'm gonna end on that note.
Okay, well, I would like to thank Brother Sabir Bey for taking the time out of his busy schedule to come and sit here and be with us today. I would also like to thank Brother Moorish, Brooklyn Intelligent, for coming here, sharing his knowledge and information with us today. I hope the viewers out there will learn something from this tape, whether it's bad or good. You got to learn something. I definitely would like to thank my brother, Sabir Seti, for coming here, taking the time out of his day to come here to bring you information. And brothers are always saying to me out in the street, man, Seti, man, that's your brother, man. Seti is one of your students, brother. I take that as a compliment. Indeed. This is a soldier right here. For you to associate him with me, I take that with a compliment, black man. You see what I'm saying? I've been buying CDs and DVDs from South Africa for many years. They done, of the Grandmaster teachers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't do nothing on the last little bit, but, you know, just flex each other's ego. But what y'all think of that, man? What's up, chat room, man? I see y'all going at it. That's a classic Seti there.
Ooh, a lot of pseudo-ism. That boy said spaceships. They was flying around.
Sabir was sued the dough.
Partner was too.
Y'all, he talking about Moo, Liberia, Atlantis. I'm like, oh man. It's ill, man. It's real ill.
Yeah, man.
That's it for me, though, man. I gotta retire for the night.
Yeah, that's about it for me too. I gotta make a run to this smoke shop where they closed down. Just got my motherfucking tablet in the mail. Yeah, man. Get on up out of here.
All right, man.
You can say Panelist.
All right, peace to the fam. We'll be doing something tomorrow, man. I'm gonna grab another one of Sabir videos, man. since he want to be scrutinized, which we was already 2 steps ahead of that anyway. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell us, we was already on it, homie. But yeah, since he want to call out families so much, it's his turn. We calling you out now, bro. Come on over here to one of our platforms. I ain't trying to go to Instagram for you to talk me to death like my brother Aunt say. Instagram, we can't share no screen. We can't show no slides. We can't show no sources. I don't want to have a conversation. You can talk to the slides, man. But all right, man, we'll be back tomorrow, y'all. Appreciate y'all for showing out. Make sure you like and share the show. Odabo, peace.